Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Wrath and Glory, Imperial Truth. I am your storyteller, story guide, GM, dungeon master, whatever title you want to give me. My name is Matthew, and these are my four glorious players. Say hello, everyone.
Howdy.
Hi.
Hi. Well, we have it's been a week, which is good. Some stuff has happened. Been very interesting. I've had to put some thought into it. So, I'm ready for Bruce's 100% always completely truthful recap of last game.
All right, so this last time I was super cunning, and we got to send off a very sneaky, politicky type letter. Sent that off. Everything's going to be great from now on. We also followed back some junkies back to their house, and they got pretty angry about it. And we didn't have to kill them, but they were pretty upset about the fact that they couldn't walk home without us following them. That's about it.
Something like that. So, what actually happened last time, if my memory serves, and players please fill in if I have any gaps in my memory. You had to sort of followed / talk Bruce down away from the cops. You guys found out that there was an APB basically out for a big, weird looking mutant dude that was causing a riot. You guys snuck your way around the Hive. You guys realized that you may need to talk to, I believe her name was Cynic, Adjudicator Cynic. And so you guys figured out through Bruce's just random piece of academic knowledge that you could send letters off around a hive, and using the correct sort of phrasing and paying the right person, you can get it sent pretty quickly. And he gave the frequency of his Vox to her so that they could communicate on some level in the near future. You guys then went to a bar, or you found out about a bar, I believe called the Lock and Pin. Was that all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You went in there. You had to talk to a ganger named Uriel, I believe his name was. He is a higher mucking him up in the Black Fang gang. Oh, that rhymes. I didn't even know. And there Jack had sort of a tit for tat with him concerning the situation, and he said, "Hey, uh, Cellite is in jail, is in the slammer. Get her out, and we'll be cool. We'll be square about all the crap that's been going down between us." And he nominally agreed. And then Bruce and the gang followed them down, and a fight ensued. A very vicious one, but you left Uriel alive. He basically gave up after he saw that all his compatriots were pretty much smoked, and that's where we are at.
I lost my eye.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah.
I lost my eyeball.
Yes.
My
In the
precious
fight,
Jules
eye.
lost one of her papers.
grievous wounds were had by all. One dude was literally incinerated, like he is ash in the wind. Jewett has got one eye now. Aid has got part of his jaw exposed, and his mask is cracked. Um,
Guess I like getting hit in the face.
Apparently.
That's what the mask is for.
I'm not sure if that's
Well,
what the mask is.
there is a reason why most people wear helmets, or actually full, especially Stardies wear full face helmets. They shouldn't take those off because you get face is a very vulnerable. The head is a very vulnerable piece of the human anatomy.
Cool guys don't wear helmets. That's all I can say. Speaking of, these guys don't have any stuff on them, do they?
They must get last
specifically,
pistols
I mean-
and maybe some ammo for their hand cannons. Nothing extravagant.
There wasn't like a 7-foot tall guy whose shirt I could steal.
Nope.
Great.
Your proportions, and the weird thing is, your proportions aren't like you're not a proportional 7-foot tall dude. You're a disproportional 7-foot tall dude. You're kind of weirdly gangly in places, and you sort of bulge in and out of the incorrect places. So it's weird. You will have a weird physiology now. But regardless, this is where you guys. I believe Shannon, you have like a couple wounds left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, should we beat the shit out of this fella? So that
Pretty
we
sure
can...
you already beat the shit out of him.
No, this guy's alive. He's untouched.
Yeah.
I don't think
Uriel
anyone's even hurt
is.
this
I
guy.
think he's lightly wounded, but he is not harmed, and he's kind of got his hands up like this to either side of him, and he's obviously given up. He put his weapon on the ground. He's like, all right,
I think
fine, fuck. What do you want? I thought we had a deal. What is going on?
Go to sleep, fella.
Go to sleep, fella.
I don't know. Does a 6 is on an athletics long enough to just put him in the sleeper hold?
I'll roll his toughness.
Okay.
Whoever's got real quick, whoever's got their audio sounds from the computer, try to kill it, because I'm getting Discord. Yeah, how many did you get total?
I got 6.
Yeah. You basically put him in a hawk, and he's like, oh, and he passes out. He's only going to be out of there for a few minutes because that's how chokeholds work.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, I'll choke him out again in a bit.
Let's keep
All right,
choking
fellas, where are we going? We should probably go somewhere and have a little lie down. Or not. We could stand out in this alleyway. Either or.
Just point at my face.
Yes, you have a face. Okay.
Wound in the face, specifically.
Well, yeah, I know. So where would you like to go, friend?
So what exactly
make
is your
the
plan
sign of
now?
Probably interrogate this guy in the safety of a building.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
And maybe have a sleep so our friends don't, die.
We
I
should
make the sign
tie
of
him up.
Dracula.
You want to go to the church? I don't know. Why is charades? So you could talk though, right?
It hurts.
Oh.
Are you actually missing part of your jaw, or is it just broken?
It's exposed, like you can see his.
Oh, so like the
jawbone.
skin is gone.
Yeah, the skin's gone. You
Okay.
can see some of his teeth. Even if he closes his mouth, you can still see like a tooth or something.
I don't think you sleep that off, and she's missing an eye.
Yeah, I don't think church is a good idea. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna roll an awareness and see if there's any way we could just 5. I don't know.
He's looking for garbage.
I'm literally looking for like a hovel.
Well,
a disgusting little shack.
that's a little bit more of a cunning test to find a location that's safe and safe
Survival.
and secure.
Wait, survival
No.
says talk about shelter.
You're
Yeah,
not
it does.
tracking something. You're not in the wilderness. This is cunning.
It says secure shelter. It literally does.
Yeah, in the wilds with like
Yeah,
trees
this is the
and
wilds.
stuff.
Wild streets, mean streets.
You're gonna make a shelter out of some garbage cans.
Yeah, I prefer to do that actually.
Yeah. Somebody else can make a cunning test if Bruce doesn't want to. If he doesn't feel confident that he can do so.
I can do it.
I got it.
If the DN's 2, I can do it. Got a 1 and 6.
No, I can't. I can't do it.
What do you mean you can't
The
do it?
between
Good
between one eye over here screaming and the giant multi-eyed mutant, it's just too much.
He's
Too
got
many eyes and lack
She's
of
got
eyes.
too few eyes. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, well, great. Well, okay. Well,
No.
we tried, guys.
Yeah. Jack, you look around and you sort of slum it around a little bit, and you basically find what you think is a small building that is thankfully unlocked, and you kind of go in there. It's just some garbage and stuff. There's a couple rooms. Nobody's in here.
Awesome.
There's not really much light in here at all. But you could probably have some basically light sources of your own and or like glow sticks, and you put them up, and you basically have this guy. And by the time you get there and you put him in this building, he's starting to come to. you're starting to wake up because remember it only took you a few minutes.
Okay, I'd like to scavenge some rope, basically, so that we can tie this guy to something.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say there's just some loose electrical wire that you kind of
Okay, cool.
and you put him up. It's only enough to get his hands,
That's fine.
like behind his back, but that's basically it. And he's kind of chill once he comes to as you tie up his hands. He's kind of chill because he feels this is not his first rodeo, as it were.
Yeah.
Before he wakes up, can I search him for anything he might be
Yeah,
carrying?
please do.
He's
Make
got-
sure that he doesn't have like a secret
he had
gun.
a dueling glass pistol. He probably had a couple battery packs of the glass pistol. He's wearing armor, a nice mesh armor.
How many reloads for that?
Just like 2. I mean, just
Two.
standard reload.
I'm gonna...
I'll give you 1 additional reload for this session.
Where are my reloads? Where are my reloads on here?
Okay. Who has the bag of techie stuff?
I got the bag. You don't get it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say just whip the bag down in front of him and be like, "What's that?" We're gonna do good cop, bad cop. You can have a little nice chat with him, and then I can I'll go out and look for a balcony.
Jesus Christ! You're not just gonna threaten to eat him?
No, I've already achieved that objective, so. Now my objective is to get booze, which is really annoying because I gave you my booze.
I mean, he's got armor you could take that you could put on like your arm.
Oh my god, yeah, I should be slapping chest plates all over my body, just gluing them on.
So yeah, Jacta will like pull up a trash can or whatever is suitable to sit on in here.
You gonna rap with the kids? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. And he like pulls out the sack and sort of just starts like pulling stuff out of it and sort of like thumbs it in front of him and then like puts it back in the bag and pulls out something else. And he just sort of sits there and looks at him for a minute or two.
What?
So what's all this about?
I thought we had a deal, Jacta.
I mean, I never said I wouldn't, but this guy over here, I mean,
but now you just killed like 5 of my dudes, and you're probably gonna shoot me in the head. Why the hell should I tell
Probably.
you anything?
oh, I didn't kill nobody. Well, that's not true. I killed one guy, just one.
That's all that.
You can blame Mr. Nasty over here for basically everything else.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you fellas shot first. I was just walking home, so.
I told you to leave 3 times.
Oh, okay,
Or
but
he
you
tries
have
to
the
do the
street
3,
friend,
but
so
his hands are
like
behind his back, so he
public
can't.
property. I can be where I like. Chill out.
Hey, I thought we had a deal. I thought we were cool. Everything was gonna be cool. Now it's definitely not good. So now, Emperor preserve you. I can't. I'm not responsible for the hell that rains down upon you.
I mean, we're not too worried. I think we'll be fine, mate.
I already
anyway,
lost
what's
my
that?
eye.
Yeah.
What'd you
I
say,
think,
Juliet? What did Juliet say? I'm sorry.
I already lost my eye. What's worse? Nothing worse can possibly happen.
Oh dear, I know you've seen a lot, been a lot, done a lot, but I promise you, there's always more. Hey, like I said, I got no incentive to tell you. You're probably gonna kill me anyways. I'm not gonna risk more bad things happening to me. So I don't know. You guys got to really sell it to me at this point because
What? I mean,
We could take your eye.
yeah.
yeah,
A knife
you
for an
could
eye.
do that. Let Juliet.
want
I
his
want you
eye?
to roll a intimidate for me.
Oh God.
Can I assist?
Does she get a bonus because she's missing an eye?
I'll give her a 1 die bonus because she is actually missing an eye, and yes, aid may assist in doing this. So Shannon, wait until Casper rolls, then we'll see how many 6s he can
Too
move over.
too late.
Too late, just as you said it.
Hey, that's 3. That's good. That's pretty good.
Alright, well, roll. Casper, go ahead and roll one and see.
Caspar. Oh, and
I
that's
got
an
three
extra,
sixes.
that's an extra
Jesus.
three
So
sixes.
move, yeah, so
So 3
Shannon,
more
go ahead
dice.
and roll 3 more dice.
2 more.
Yep. So she got a total of what, 5?
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you could actually do that. I would not like that. He's definitely looking like he's a little more. Some wind has gone out of his sails, and so he's like, well, I can't stop what you did. I can't take back time and have you guys not kill 4 of my guys, because even if I don't want to bring retribution down, others are going to want to bring retribution down, and I can't really stop them. But what do you want to know / do so I can, skedaddle?
I hold up
out
the
of here?
bag again.
So you want to know what those are?
I want to know what they're for. I know what they are.
They are for pharmaceuticals. Yes, pharmaceuticals. Can I go now?
Oh,
Do I
Pharmaceuticals, okay.
believe him?
That's up to you there, big man. If you'd like.
Can I make a test to determine the viability of his truthfulness?
All right, yeah, so you can make, I believe it's called Insight.
Yep.
Yeah, Insight.
Well, that is six icons with a complication.
Complication.
nice, good work.
That's a weird. I'm just going to go ahead and take a rune, basically. I'm going to add a rune to my pot, so I have a grand total of 5 right now. As for that complication. But yeah, you definitely believe him. That statement is true. And Hutwitch in the chat says, "What's in the bag?" For those in the audience, what is in the bag, if you haven't been following, is a whole bunch of weird parts and bits and techno bits and canisters and circuit boards and stuff. Various technological things that you would put together in a much larger, more complex machine. Lots of odds and ends, things that the PCs aren't 100% they don't know exactly what it's for.
Is this
oh, you got
is this for that fancy what was it called? Hold on a second.
Midnight.
I got it written down somewhere. Is it midnight?
The Dragon's Midnight.
Yeah, with a Y, because I'm fancy.
Where?
So what?
Second eye,
You just got a drug lab going on somewhere?
I mean, basically, you wanted to know what they're for. That's what they're for. We needed those parts, and they have the parts.
How big's your operation, mate?
Bigger than you.
Look, we don't need to get into a pissing contest because I'm bigger than you and I can dump your ass out of a balcony. So, look, just tell me how big your operation is.
I mean, I said the term. You said, "What do I need today to get out of here?" And he said,
Yep.
"What are these?" And I told you what those are. I don't know specifically what they are. I'm not the tech head. That's not what I do.
I don't care what. Look, fella, just tell me how many fucking guys you've got with your party, you fucking goon.
Frustrated Bruce is the best, by the way.
I'm gonna put my fucking thumbs in your eyes, fella. Look, we gotta chill out here.
Right. Miss, can you please settle him down, please? Okay, fine.
Bruce, I know you're hungry, but
Very hungry.
you're just gonna have to wait.
I don't need the whole guy in like.
Why?
day.
Why do you think we're even here in the first place? We couldn't stop him from doing all this. You think we're gonna stop him from doing that? What's coming up next?
Oh well, hey, we're a big operation. I mean, you guys are obviously not from around here. The Black Fangs are pretty much. Well, we don't entirely run the Underhive, but we're damn close to it. So many and varied. I've never met everyone that's in the operation. I don't even know all the layers to it.
Where is your gang situated? Your little cartel
A
or
little
group?
bit,
Or-
basically where you found us. I mean, that was kind of my quadrant.
Okay, so where's your lab?
Well, my lab. Well, I didn't handle that. That's not what I handled.
Okay.
I just
So
know
where
what
were
that stuff
these
is.
meant to go?
What?
Where were these meant to go? Pointing at the bag.
I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't
So,
there. Like,
were you
I
going
don't
to
even know
find
how.
out after
I
they
don't
gave
even
them
know
to
how
you,
you
or-
got that stuff.
We found it.
Yeah, of course you found it. Yeah, I find things all the time.
Look, we all find things, fella. It's cool jets. Really good at finding trash.
So would Cellite have more information on this?
Probably. That's why I
Ish.
wanted you. Why the hell do you think I wanted her free so she wouldn't talk
At-
to the
Out of character
adjudicate?
is how chromed up is this guy?
Moderately. Like he's probably got a hand and maybe one ear and probably part of a shoulder blade.
Just out of curiosity, because he's obviously a leader type. Cellite was a leader type.
Yep.
Does it look like cybernetics plays some sort of role in rank as far as the hierarchy goes?
Make a quick. Ooh, that's a good question. I wanna. Oh, that's an interesting, like, weird culture question.
Investigation could do it.
I'll leave you a scholar test, and you're gonna get a modifier because you are a ganger. You specifically have, because knowing your background and stuff.
Just is that bonus dice, or are you gonna modify it on
I'll
your?
modify it on mine.
Okay.
Yeah, scholar would be the best. It's what you know.
3 with a critical success.
Wow.
So 5.
Congrats.
Oh yeah, 5. Sorry, 5 with a
5.
critical success.
Yeah.
And if it
So
helps
you
at
only
all,
got-
like
but you
if I
only
can
got-
shift.
but you got a critical. You can move that 6 to get any extra information.
More information.
Or okay.
I
So
want all the
basically, what you find out is, no, cybernetics does not dictate sort of hierarchy. It just happens to be that these guys are a little more chromed up than the average person.
Okay.
Unless you get another culture question, as it were.
I get another one.
Yeah, that's you wanted to know more, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe figure out where their big part of their gang is situated, or something. I don't know.
You need to ask more like cultural thing. Like this is more of him
Yeah.
like putting some dots together based on what he already knows about the group. So this is more of a cultural sort of like cultural context.
Let's see. I honestly don't. Nothing comes to mind.
I'll give you. They definitely work in a cell structure, but that probably means they have a higher chain of command.
Okay.
Like there are definitely people higher on the food chain than him.
Okay.
Which is probably a given, but this sort of confirms, based on what you know, that there are layers to this group.
Okay.
And like
in a large
cells-
organization like that, doesn't work well without actually having somebody do the logistics.
So when you say cells, you mean like actual people only really know the people in their group.
They're like mini gangs.
Yeah.
So-
Cells. What I mean, like, is so you have one group that runs this area, another group that runs this area. They're both part of the same gang, but they may never meet each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Cool. Easy.
So is she?
AKA organized crime.
Is she? She higher up on the food chain than you?
She knows some. It depends on what you want to talk about, but I mean, she knows the right people.
I mean, she certainly got better taste in attire than you do.
No, I won't fault you there. As he looks down at
Needless.
himself. Now,
I'm sorry, friend. He doesn't mean that. He's stressed.
I need everyone to roll.
Awareness.
Yes, actually.
Big thick awareness.
You know, we got the passive, right?
Yeah,
Remember-
I wanted you guys to roll this
Okay.
because I already know that Bruce's is insane, and
It's 9.
yeah,
Is my
it's
passive.
insane.
3.
Yeah.
7 with a complication.
Ugh.
got eight.
And Juliet.
Lose an eye, and so does Juliet, her other eye.
Ah!
It's okay. This guy's got 2 perfectly functional ones.
I got plenty.
Okay. So.
Oh, you just pull one out and stick it in her socket.
Yes, please.
Alrighty.
And
Hold
that's how the
still.
sister falls to chaos.
Yay.
They can't. All right. So I rolled really terribly. So everyone who made it, who got more than 2, so 3 or more,
Mhm.
it gets to have their defense for this. So I'm gonna roll an attack, and you guys we'll figure out. And it does affect all of you,
Oh, no,
Somebody's
it's
tossing a
just gonna-
grenade in the window.
pretty much actually.
They're stealing my tactic.
Fucking pigs.
Can I move a 6 over?
To Glory.
Yep.
Sure.
But I'll do the same. I'll move a 6 to Glory.
Okay. So you guys have 2 in the pot right now. All right. Doop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So who all did I hit with a 6?
Not me.
I think the only person.
Oh wait, no, my descent. No, it's a meet to beat actually. So everyone.
Talking about defense?
Yeah, defense.
Oh, yeah.
You have to hit
Everybody.
the defense, not beat the defense.
Do we have the ability to react?
Yes. Yes, you could do a full defense if you guys wanted to, but that means you lose any action this upcoming round.
Nah, I'm good. Let's do this.
I think I will full defense.
Okay.
And this is where he reveals that it's a melt-a-bomb somebody's tossed down. We all know.
It's
I'm not
like,
that mean.
so that's
So
it. So I have 12
who all
defense
to
now.
hit? So I hit everyone?
You hit everyone.
No, not me. I got 12 now.
Oh yeah, it is because you want full defense.
Look at me, I got 12 defense.
That's because.
Well, I mean, maybe you should
So he's just gonna
Join the meaty squad,
roll
friend.
and get a critical.
Oh, I am meaty.
I said muty.
Oh, muty.
Yeah.
I don't need to be a filthy mutant.
I don't know.
Flesh is weak.
Who has the resilience of well, I do 12 damage. Now subtract
Yeah, I'm
resilience.
real glad I dodged that.
I will attempt to soak 2.
Okay.
Wait, is there any penetration?
No.
Okay. So yeah, so I'll attempt to soak 2 of those wounds.
We don't heal or get any shock back from last time, right?
Nope. It had been
Fuck.
literally just a few minutes since the last time you were in combat.
So I soak both of them.
I'm going to try to soak 2.
Okay. So you took 2 of them. Okay.
So I'm down 3 shock and no wounds.
Okay. You have no wounds left?
I haven't taken any wounds.
Okay,
I'm
you
full health.
have not taken any damage.
Yep.
And
I'm going to
Oh,
use
Ed.
my wrath to re-roll.
Sorry, buddy.
That soak.
That's it's rough, fam.
I would
By,
also like to soak.
Okay.
by the way, Juliet, I would highly recommend you look at your card if you haven't already, because it would be incredibly useful for you, especially if you haven't been able to heal yet.
All right. So I go to...
Time to go eyeball shopping, someone says.
I zero shock. What is that?
You're exhausted.
You're exhausted, which means you can only use simple actions. Like you can only fire. You can only do that. You can't do anything complicated like an all-out attack or anything like that.
And it's only one action. You can either move or attack, but
yeah,
you
you
can't
can only do one or the other. But if you instantly get even 1 point of shock back, you're fine. You can start
Okay.
doing stuff again.
Cool.
Which a wrath, if you spend a point of wrath, you can heal yourself shock. So all right. Shanna soaks 1. It looks like. Yeah. So you take 2
So-
shock.
Okay.
You soak one of it, and you take 2 shocks. So 2 shock and 1 less wound, whatever wounds you have. Is anyone below in the zeros or negatives that I need to be aware of? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so what had happened, and the guy you were talking about, part of his face just disappears. He was already lightly wounded to begin with, but part of his face disappears as he was obviously the intended target to this grenade. As literally a frag grenade was thrown through the window, and in the middle of you two, and explodes outward. You guys are flung all over the place, as they had backup or they had some situation where they didn't want this guy talking, and so mass hysteria has started.
Now, half his face is missing, like half of Eight's face is missing, or like literally his skull is gone.
Yeah, literally part of his skull is gone, so he is out of. Yeah, he can no longer answer your questions unless you can raise the dead.
Why didn't you shield him, Bruce?
I tried to.
Uh-huh.
I tried real hard.
This sort of took everyone by surprise because you weren't expecting that. But
I was literally going to be like, I'm going to go take a walk outside and make sure no one's going to like
he literally
put a grenade in the window.
Bruce literally, because he did full damage, like jumped into the other room, like behind a wall, and that's why he didn't get hit by the blast at all.
Huzzah!
Like one of his eyes went, one of his eyes from his neck went, weak, and saw the danger. Yeah.
Alrighty.
So we are at top of the round. I'm gonna go and spit a rune and seize the initiative. And my dude or dudes is running away.
Oh.
How fast is he?
You have to get outside because he's booking it.
Is there like a window we can jump through? Can we?
Yeah.
Or do we have to go through a door?
Got a few boards and stuff. It was definitely big enough that like you could toss a grenade through, but not unless you want to do an action dive out of it. You ain't gonna get through it.
I think I'd like to do an action dive.
Well, who would like to go? It is the PC's initiative. One of you guys can
go. So, quick question.
Yep.
No. Standing, is that a simple act? What is that?
That's a simple action. Yeah.
Okay. So, I think I'm probably the fastest one in the party.
Just make sure you can see him. Is probably the only thing.
Oh yeah. So first of all, the building that we're in, is it like just like a quick in and out, or is this like some sort of complex maze that we somehow stumbled upon?
I mean, the whole Hive is a complex maze. This section, kind of like that. This person is obviously. You guys went down a couple alleys and you found sort of this just out of the way nook. Think of it sort of like a hobo's nest. It's just basically a empty ass house.
Okay.
Empty ass set of rooms that you were able to break into, and sort of squat and start talking to this guy.
Okay. So it's not that it's basically fairly easy to get out quickly. Okay. Okay. Standing is a free action apparently.
Yep.
So Jacta is going to move his 8 as far as he can outside. Do I see this person running off?
Yes, you do. And I'm gonna go ahead because I just thought about this and make this a little more interesting. We're gonna call this a skills challenge to get the assassin, which basically means, for anyone listening at home, this is how this works. Skill challenges were invented in 4th edition D&D. They're a lot of fun. Basically, you guys will need 8 total successes. There's a target number in my head, and on every action, they will describe something they're going to do, and it's generally going to be related to a skill that they have. And when they do is, if they beat the target number that I have, they get a success on the chart. If they get 8 of those, they successfully achieve the goal of the skill challenge. Okay, in this case, track down and apprehend the assassin. If they fail 3 times, the assassin will get away and they will not have any more information. How it works is the PCs will go and just around the bend, but every time they go, the person next can't use the skill that the previous person used, and that same person cannot use the same skill twice in a row. So let's say Bruce does something with athletics. The next time he goes, he cannot use athletics, and the person who goes after Bruce cannot use athletics. That's how that works. Everybody clear on the rules?
Yep.
All right. Get
Yep.
that assassin. So Jacta was the one who went out and ran. Like I'd say you could run like athletics or awareness since you're looking for the guy, that kind of stuff.
Hold on a second. Do yeah, I guess let's do an awareness since I'm trying to find him.
Yep.
Technically. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 total.
5 total. Okay. Would you like to move one of the 6s to glory?
Yes.
You are successful in your ability to keep an eye on the assassin. They are stereotypically hooded and running away, so it's very hard to tell what they look like and who they are. So keep that in mind, but you are able to keep track of them. Who would like to go next? Oh, I'm also going to make a rule. This is a cool rule I just thought of. If you roll a 6, instead of putting it into glory, if you want to basically put it in, well, never mind. Actually, it's the same, almost the exact same thing by putting it into glory. So scratch that. I'm dumb. Continue on. Who would like to go?
What main question is what skills, I guess, do we think is going to help? I've got like athletics,
Mhm.
Have an
survival,
idea.
and investigation, which are good, I suppose.
Oh, what'd you say, Casper? What you need?
I want to shoot him
You want to shoot him?
I'm going to see him.
Okay.
in the foot
yeah.
specifically.
That'd be if you want to go, then take the next action. That'd be a ballistic still test.
You're muted.
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
I'll do that one.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
I want to shoot him.
What's up, Shannon?
Do it.
Do it now. Oh, buddy.
Is 4?
It's 4.
Yep, you're able to. Yeah, you are able to shoot them in the foot, and they are limping now. So you've definitely given your. That's 2 successes. Yay!
Huzzah.
And
All right.
So yeah, you lean on out.
Shannon, go
Also-
for it.
All right.
I got some stuff planned.
Okay, who's
You, me.
okay?
Yeah.
Can I use athletics?
Sure. So please describe to me what you're doing. Your description of your action will help me dictate the skills that you can use.
Okay. How far away is he? Is he quite far?
He's a decent clip, but yeah, because of Jacta now and with aid sort of like making them sort of lame in the foot, they're definitely not as far away as they could be. So they're
Okay.
they're probably 60, 70 meters ahead of you as you guys are rounding corners and stuff.
So, are we out on the street now?
Yeah, I would say you are.
Okay.
Yeah. Think
Well,
of skill challenges not in a strict turn-by-turn basis of limitation. Think of it as sort of narrative action sequences in a movie.
I want to do a barrel roll out the window and chase him down.
Sure, athletics is perfect. Do that.
That's good. 5.
Yeah, you easily, with your heavy-ass armor, you sort of bust through boards and a little bit of, like, aluminum siding, and you kind of come out the other end, and you sort of continue running, and you actually sort of cut in between small buildings that have, like, very makeshift blockades, like aluminum blockades, and you just kind of juggernaut your way through some of that, so creating a more
Yes.
streamlined, straightforward run towards this gentleman. Okay, Bruce, what do you want to do?
So I think first I'm going to walk outside, and then I'm going to. Is he within? If he's within line of sight, I think I'm going to try and focus my awareness to look for identifying features, just in case he doesn't get away. Like,
Okay.
literally, since I have like 20 eyes and an 11
Yeah,
awareness
I'll
stat,
let
I'm
you
hoping to
roll-
like.
Yeah, I'll let you roll awareness this time, and it may be a little. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Cool. Oh,
Well,
I don't know.
you get a
Does a 10 do it?
Yeah, a 10 does it. Would you like to remove one of the 6s into glory?
Um, I mean, is it going to help me to keep the other 6? I prefer
Not
better
really.
results.
You.
Okay, well then Then I will.
You
However,
pop up one vessel.
I do have a comp. Yeah.
yeah, your complication is you turn a corner real fast and you're like, he's gonna go this way, and you're like figure out all the paths, and you turn a corner and there's like a large sort of conveyor belt with sort of like think of a monorail, but instead of it hanging on top, it's hanging instead of sitting on top of the monorail, it's hanging off the monorail like this, like underneath.
Mhm.
And it has a this carrier cartridge thing train sort of has a large light, and it blinds you, and it just kind of stuns all of your senses.
Okay.
Basically, you will not the next action for the next action and the next action after that, you will not be able to use awareness. It's a skill
Okay.
challenge.
Easy. Alrighty. All right, so I guess we're back to the top, right?
All right, so that was that was 4 successes. You're doing really well, guys. So you guys sort of all make your way out and you sort of triangulate because, like a pack of wolves, you're able to sort of hem in this hobbled prey and you keep them from getting out of sight, and keep up the chase, keep them moving forward and making more and more desperate action. But unfortunately, you guys are getting into a much more public area now where things are going to get harder to track, and it's noisier and more chaotic, and it's harder to get around this and sort of hem in this person. So, time of the round, who's going to go?
I would like to go with athletics. I think I need to catch up to him.
Okay.
I specifically, I'd like to sort of parkour so that I'm like cutting him off. I guess.
Sure.
I'm getting around to the
Good.
far side.
Is everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Hardcore parkour. Go. Good.
Okay. Yeah. So again, 10.
Yeah. Would you like to move one of those 6s to glory? You guys have
Oh,
a lot
yes,
of glory
please.
now.
Yes, I think I would.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
just
Dang it.
flipping and jumping.
Dang it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bob.
Nope.
Whoa.
So you guys have 5 glory right now. You're doing pretty good. So
Nice.
yeah, you were able to parkour, and you definitely are starting to get like I've gotten up to and about to overtake this person. So
Nice. Amazing.
who would like to go next? You have 5 successes. You need 3 more.
So, question.
Mhm.
Is cunning only used in social situations in turn? Because, like, for instance, part of the description is that it's used to track individuals. Could I use that in some way to track this individual? Like through the city? Since we're effectively
that
running.
actually would be more survival, in my opinion.
Okay.
If you're tracking someone by a cunning, that's more like talking to people, finding out where they went, saying, "Have you seen this person? Oh, he
Okay.
went that way," that kind of thing. That takes a lot longer. That's a more methodical way of doing it, rather than
I'll
just-
use survival then.
Okay,
I'll use
sure.
to basically keep track of them as we're going.
Good work.
4, 5, 6 with a critical success.
Yeah, you are able to do so without too much trouble. It is a little harder, but you're able to keep them in sight, and more importantly, like here's the kicker: you like lose sight of them, but you're quickly like able to like sort of guess where they would likely have gone and keep going, and your luck holds out in that, and you're right behind them. You're very close to Bruce as far as like getting to them. So that was a total of 6. So you need 2 more successes. You still have 0 failures. You guys are doing phenomenally well. So
Hell yeah. All right. The God
Who's
Squad,
next?
go.
Try to Shannon.
Back 'em
Okay.
up.
Can I use awareness?
Yes. You're gonna try to keep track of them.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Oof.
Yikes.
That's 3 with a complication.
Unfortunately, she fails.
Oh no! We got
Wrath.
glory.
I've only got one eye.
Glory and wrath. All of
Yeah, you
those
can
things.
wrath. You can definitely wrath it if you want, but you still keep the complication no matter what.
I reckon it's worth it. 4 dice. It's gonna make even probably 1/6 is probably gonna do it. Do it. Do it.
But we only need 2 more though,
Yeah, you only need 2 more, so you're still doing pretty
so
good.
it doesn't really matter.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
But we can only fail 2 more either. The other thing. So it's like just as close or as far away.
Such a vote of confidence.
Well, I mean,
It's fine.
I remember the first time we did this, and
I have
didn't fail a
faith in
single
you
test.
guys.
Yeah, well, the first time you did this, I think you guys, that didn't go so well for you guys.
no, we got rammed off the road.
Okay, so
Whack.
yeah, you sort of lose track of the assailant, and you're sort of getting lost in the crowd. People are getting really close to you, and you don't know which way you're going. I think you probably see Aid up front. You know in the general direction everyone's going. You haven't gotten completely lost, but you just haven't been able to keep track of this particular person. Okay, so Aid, your
Okay.
turn.
Can I use intimidation to get through the crowd?
Oh, yep, 100%. Do it.
I'm holding my hotshot last gun up, and I'm telling people to move out of the way when they're
Yep.
really
Down!
Arnold's
Yep.
voice.
Go right ahead.
Too much like Arnold right now.
Yeah.
Out of the
Get
way.
chopper.
Fire. No, just shoot indiscriminately.
Ooh.
Lots of these ones today. I think that's my 3rd one.
Yep. You guys have been rolling a lot. Yep.
Four
You
success.
you succeed barely, but you succeed. But as you're firing and sort of doing this, you do you get people sort of to scatter, which gets people out of your way. However, it's starting to interfere with like everyone else trying to coordinate. Like Bruce and Jackda, they're
Yes.
really close to this thing, but now everyone
jeez.
sort of scatters, and now they can't really get around them, and then it's gonna cause problems for them. So you are 1 more success away. So
Well,
top of the round.
I could either do. No, I mean,
You can't do athletics because you did that last turn, and you still can't do
No.
awareness.
so I think it's probably. I mean, I don't know, Jack. What's your like? Is there anything that you're particularly going to be able to do that's very safe right now?
Not particularly.
I can just
Okay.
shoot him in the other leg.
I could do weapon skill. Go up and slap him in the face.
You can use weapon
I think
skill. Yep, that is a skill.
I think I'd like to go up and just lock onto his leg with my teeth.
Sure.
All right, Fido.
Rawr! All right, so that's 7.
You latch on, and part of their leg is now in your mouth.
Cool.
And you have caught them. They are caught, and you have
Huzzah.
successful. You are all successful. You caught the assailant, and as
All right.
as Bruce takes them down with part of their leg like bleeding profusely, you see that it is a woman, and it's actually
no.
someone you have seen before.
I knew it.
It is the woman that was helping Cynic when you all sort of were cordoned off and kept in that little holding facility inside the warehouse. I don't know if
Okay.
I gave her a name. If somebody's got a note on that, I'll happily take it.
I don't think you did because I
No.
don't think we actually asked. We just basically
Cool. Let me
told her to go away.
Let's see if I have my list of NPC names somewhere. Because I actually wrote down a list of NPC names
I
because
think-
I was tired.
I think out of the bat, I'm gonna. intimidate her and just be like, "Shut the fuck up, Sheila. You're coming with us, and I'll eat you or something."
And I'll eat you.
Right. She's
Okay.
yeah, she's like get off of me. Get off my leg.
No.
So you all have caught up. However, there is a crowd now around you guys as a random person has decided to take a giant chunk and pin this woman to the ground. And some people are like, hey, what are they doing? Somebody get the suppressors. Some people are running away. That guy's got a big gun. That woman has one eye. That guy has many eyes. Run!
Open up. Shoot the crowd. We have to.
Oh
They're
my
not giving us no
God.
choice. They shot first.
Put flamers on maximum.
Yeah, just do it.
Put flamers to riot.
And thus Bruce
Inquisition.
fell to chaos immediately.
But anyways,
No, they're part of it. They're all in on it.
so
Hey, Sylvia.
yeah, she's like, hey, get off my leg. What are you guys doing? Let me go.
For all the people that are like trying to get involved and like aren't fleeing,
Yeah.
Jack is just gonna sort of like turn to him and in typical ganger fashion, get out of here. This is Black Fang business.
All right, roll that.
Get
roll that
outta here.
deception.
I get a big bonus.
I'll give you. I'll modify the DN just because you look like a ganger.
What do you mean I look like a ganger? I am a ganger.
I am a ganger.
You really look like one.
2, 3, 4 with a critical success.
Pretty good. Yeah, you're able to sort of hey, back, and some people are like, "Meh," and they just start like looking the other way and walking away. There's still people watching you, but there's no one like actively trying to interfere with you now.
He's waving his hand cannon around too.
Just indiscriminately.
For official business.
I'm just gonna be like, nothing to see here. This guy will eat you.
Oh, now she's into it.
Yeah. Oh, when it's useful to her, right?
That's right. All you sons of bitches.
So she's squirming and trying to get off. She can't get free of the literally the jaws of life / death of Bruce. So what do you guys want to do with her?
I suggest we find another suitably grubby hole to hide.
So just
in
like an
and then
alley
question her.
somewhere.
Sure,
Yeah.
you want just to get her off the street essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to get her off the street. Her leg is bleeding, but not life-threateningly so. Bruce was thankfully somewhat merciful because his agenda was mostly disable, not to dismember.
Cool. All right, you do the talky thing. I'm gonna make sure that no one sneaks up on us again.
Okay, roll awareness.
Okay, so I get a complication, which is typical. But 7.
7. Okay. Yeah, you're seeing those fuzzy like after
Yeah.
images of when you look at a bulb for way too damn long.
Yeah.
And those are multiple parts of your body.
My
you're having
eyes.
some issues. You're a little coordinated. You're only
many
gonna get half.
eyes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So
Don't I know you from somewhere?
you're terrible. You're the worst.
I'm the worst.
You
I
guys
mean,
really
you-
stepped in it.
You've been
I can't.
twice now.
It's almost like all the
Where I
cards-
come from, that's like a bullet in the head right there.
Well, I mean, you guys aren't suppressors. You're not the law. Who the hell cares? Why does anyone
Who said
care
it?
about
Who
you?
said it would be the law that'd be putting a bullet in your head?
It's true. You could just put a bullet in my head right now. He probably saved me some trouble.
I'm the law of the seas and streets. I'm Bruce.
Now,
Bad
why'd you
Bruce.
go? Why'd you go blowing that man up?
Because I didn't want him talking.
Well, now you're gonna be talking.
Says you.
I mean, that's what he said too.
Well, he's a ganger. I'm not. He'll tell you anything.
You look like a ganger to me.
Well, you gonna arrest me or not?
I want to search her.
Okay. You find another one of those dueling pistols. You actually
What's
don't.
with everybody in dueling pistols?
Everyone's
Jesus.
a duelist down here.
Well, dueling pistols is a sort of a model, and it's a high end model of
Yeah.
las pistol. It's used. Reason it's called dueling is generally nobles duel with it. That's why it's expensive, but it's a very powerful version of a pistol. So high end gangers, high end officials typically have one of some make and model. Yeah, she's got one. She actually doesn't, surprisingly enough, she doesn't have any identification on her. And she definitely has no insignia. So when she went to do this, she knew that she was coming down to do something that she didn't. If she got caught, you wouldn't be able to ID her immediately.
So she doesn't have any tattoos or anything either?
No, she actually doesn't.
No. She have any cybernetics?
No, actually, surprisingly not. No.
Ah, you're a fresh one.
She's got a few scars and stuff, but nothing like.
Jesus, Jacta.
And she's like, "Well, if you guys aren't going, unless you're gonna put me a bullet in my head right now, you gonna arrest me? Take me to the suppressors?"
No, I think we're gonna eat you. I think that was the plan.
Oh, intimidation. I see. That's how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
If you eat me, you can't tell you anything.
I mean, you could just tell us stuff now, and then I wouldn't have to eat you. See, it's an interesting prospect. I've just invented it. It's called cunning.
He's the brains of the operation. I see. So
That's right.
am I gonna
He's the
just start
something
having
of the
to start
operation.
I'm
And
sure
the
if
many
somebody
eyes.
saw someone, and the suppressor will be here any minute, and I can explain how I was brutally attacked by a mutant.
Okay, but I mean, I'm not.
You-
Again,
You know what she is, right? And he points to old one eye over there.
Not the Tyranid
God.
old one eye.
I mean, she could be a Tyranid.
More
You don't know.
You don't know.
Who knows? Cheat stealer.
No, he's like, I know I'm familiar with the idea of what she is, but she's not a suppressor. She's not part of Navardis. She's not one of the high ends of the ecclesiarchy or the administratum. So why should I care?
Oh, ye of little faith.
And she's pretty much top dog in the ecclesiarchy, isn't she? Aren't you? You're actually an ecclesiarch. You're not even a sister of battle, right?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So
Of course.
so
I mean, I could always just take you to see Cellite.
you could feel free.
All right. Well, I think this is where I leave you guys. I'm gonna go off and hide in the sewers. And I'm literally going to go sprint off because I do not want to be here when the cops are here.
Yeah,
And I think
as,
I'm
literally as you
Alright.
do that, as Bruce sort of like turns to go around, you see a couple suppressors coming this way,
Oh,
and
fuck's
people are
sake.
like are talking to them like, and they're pointing in you guys' direction. Like they haven't seen you yet, but they know they're definitely coming in your direction right now.
I say we take her to Hellreich.
No,
Wait,
fuck
you know what?
Elrac, he's big.
You don't want to give her over to Cynic?
No, they might be working together.
Elrac's a punk. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, so you're disappearing in I'll just say, go ahead and roll stealth, because if you roll well
Okay.
enough, you may not have to just totally run away. You could just hide. There is a penalty because you are so large.
I have a 6.
Yep, you're good.
Sneaky stealth boy.
Tick tock.
All right, you guys figure out what you're doing.
No one's gonna do anything. I'm gonna pick her up and drag her to Hellreich.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pick her up. She's actually a well built woman. You're strong enough that you can carry her, not a problem. But just letting you know that she's not a light thing. You guys start moving, and the suppressors are like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like this is when as you guys move out, they are right in front of you. Like, "Hey, who are you? Why do you have that woman? Put her down. What's going on here?
We're taking her to Hellreich. Get out of my way.
Who the hell is Hellreich? Because you work. Just to let you know. you're in-
Judicator Hellreich.
Roll intimidate since you are in that mode.
Terrible injury. +1.
Like a bad
Oh,
joke.
dude.
A one-eyed
man.
sister, a jawless guardsman, and a street ganger walk out of an alley with a.
That's like a bad
half-eaten
bar
woman.
joke. That sounds like a bad
That's what I
40K
just
bar
said.
joke.
Do I re-roll the wrath dice if I?
Yes. If
Okay.
as long as it's not a critical, as long as it's not a not critical failure. My brain
Could make this worse.
Complication.
Thank you. If you don't roll a complication, you
Oh,
can still re-roll
buddy.
or a 6 because you wouldn't want to re-roll a 6. There would be no.
All right,
reason.
I got 4
Oh,
4 total.
four facing.
Okay. 4 icons. Yeah. You you say you clarify adjudicator Herrick. He's like looking at you, then looks behind you and sees not Jacta, but sees Juliet, and he seems to recognize the armor and the general motif and how fucked up her face is and how fucked up your face is. And you grab him, and he's like, "Yo, Jaren, we're going. Hey, I think they went that way." And they walk that way. Yeah, I think so too. And they walk that way. Like, I am not dealing with this. Whatever is going on here, I'm not going to get involved. So,
I looked to the woman slung over his shoulder. I'm like, TikTok.
all right, and so you guys start making your way with a hostage. She's surprisingly like not limp, but like she's not struggling, she's not screaming, she's not causing a scene. She seems fairly calm for her situation of being manhandled like as such. But and you guys
Where'd you get that grenade anyway?
Found it.
You got any more?
You searched me already.
I don't know where you might be hiding them.
God.
Oh, I guess you're just not that good enough at finding things on women.
Oh, yeah. Ew.
But
Stop.
anyways, Shanna, you said you wanted to take a break route this time.
Maybe we could just carry on for a bit.
Okay, sure, no problem. So you guys make your way. Somebody roll cunning for me. It's not going to be a big deal, but I just want to get a general head count of how quickly or how slow it takes to get there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, very little time. Like you probably cut a few corners. You figure out you're actually not super far away from what precinct is that. I wrote it down at some point. You would think. All right, I'll tell you the precinct number in a minute because it's in my other notes that I don't have up.
Home precinct.
No, they don't have names. They have number designations.
Good.
8675309.
We are the worst.
I think.
Hold on. Oops,
No, I don't have it written.
yeah, I wrote it written down.
Telling you, big fella.
82-4. It's 82-4. And you start heading your way up there without much problem. Yeah, after a little while, Bruce, your sort of eyesight is sort of cleared away, and you're sort of back to normal. Your jaw hurts like hell. Juliet, your eye is throbbing. You want to like start like digging at it, like something's in there, and you think something's probably actually in the back of your eyeball / skull, and you need to get it out, but you know digging it will just make it so much worse.
I think I'm going to go sneak off down to one of the manufactoriums because I need a fucking shirt.
And I need a hug.
Well, yeah, you guys have lost track of Bruce because he hasn't made
Yeah.
his presence known, so Bruce is welcome to try to go do something on his own.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go sneak down there.
Okay.
And I think just so you guys are aware, I won't do it right now,
Sure.
but I'm planning to do the call. Basically, see if this lady's calling
Yeah, that's
back.
why I had a feeling I was about to. Thank you for the reminder. I was probably about to ping you about that. So basically, I got two things. All right, so let's handle Bruce's thing because he's by himself, and I'll be relatively quick. Then we'll probably take a break and then reconvene with coming back to the main group and Hellraid because that's going to be a thing. I promise. So Bruce, you sort of make your way down to the max form. Roll my cunning for me just to see you don't get super lost.
Oh yeah. The cunning, you say?
Yep.
I have one icon out of a total of possible of 2 icons.
Hey, better than none, right?
Right.
Yeah, you vaguely remember how to get down there, so you do.
Cool.
So basically, what do you want? You want to look for basically a piece of armor.
Yeah, I need to either go fight a big fucking ganger, some 7-foot tall guy, and steal his clothes, or just in fact, no, fuck it, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go and tail some big guy out of a bar. I've just realized it's gonna be much easier than me trying to talk to anyone.
Well, actually, I want you to roll influence because that's actually to sort of abstract this out. You won't need a lot of successes to get it, but you'll have to roll influence.
Let me just do. Oh, it's a 0. It's a 0. It's a hot 0. It's a hot and sweaty 0 out of possible of 2.
Well, I mean,
I have 0 wealth as well. I
if
cannot.
you would, yeah, that's right. You spent all your money, right?
Yep.
You can roll wrath. And you have glory. Don't forget, you have glory on the table. You guys got tons of glory.
Can I just steal all the glory? Just all of it, so I could get some flak armor.
It's as much
it's only
as
worth
it's for
like
the group. The group decides how much you guys want for him to take.
guys. I need clothes. I need armor.
I gave you a tarp.
I need.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have mutated.
No. Look. How do we know that's not your guys' fault for not being devout enough?
I am happy with you taking all the glory for your fashion needs.
Yay.
As long as you come out looking fabulous.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good idea, personally. But
so how many?
But I don't mind. I can go back to the lock and pin and see if some other big guy comes out. Just wait for big dudes that are roughly my size.
So you're not using any of the glory?
No, everyone's gonna be a bummer about it. It's fine.
No, I don't. He doesn't.
I was just joking. You go ahead.
You can use a few of them. I'd say it's
no.
Okay
someone has to die now. It's fine. All right. No, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to either the melter bomb or the lock and pin.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to the melter bomb.
So, all right, sure, but I need you to roll me another stealth.
Okay.
This is mostly to avoid the cops.
Yeah. So that's 8.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
are
not.
able to avoid the cops,
It's
and
6,
you sort of make your way down to the melter bomb. Now you're gonna have to roll me cunning again because you're trying to find somebody who fits your two things: sufficiently armored and your size.
Okay.
Those are not those two criteria overlap.
It's
makes it
a
very
hot
small
0
Venn diagram.
and a comp. Also, I'd also like to point out I get a plus like 4 DN to any social test anyway. So
You find a midget.
anything fellowship based.
Yeah, so you're looking around there. You definitely avoid the cops. That is not a problem. However, you do not avoid because you're around in gang territory and you're kind of slipping and sliding into places. You definitely run into a group of gangers. However, these guys don't look like anything. These don't look like Black Fangs. They have sort of like platinum white hair. They all are male. They all carry knives and various finery, sort of like fine clothing. Fine.
Hey guys, I need to take a break for 10 minutes.
Okay, so we will come back to Bruce's confrontation here in 10 minutes, everyone. So
Cool.
Talk to everyone then.
Easy.
hello, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that break. We know we did, so we're gonna get right back into action. Bruce is dealing with some very interesting fellows. They are all, like I said, they are all kind of foppish. They all have nice clothing on. They're definitely gangers. They have tattooing and scarring. They all have very well put together swords. They're very delicate swords. They have sort of surrounded Bruce, surprisingly enough, unfortunately, because he rolled a terrible complication. And the leader goes, fresh meat for the fire. Get him.
Can I not say my line? It's only red.
What line would you like to say?
I need your clothes, your boot, and your motorcycle, fellas.
Yeah, none of these guys are nowhere near your build.
Okay.
But there's enough of them that he could stitch things together.
Yeah, exactly. Give me your. I still want your clothes. I will trade them for other clothes later.
Bigger clothes.
I will make a cape out of your clothes.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna spend a rune to seize the initiative. So one of them is going to get on top of you very quickly and attack.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You cheeky fuck!
There's 5 of them in total. There's the guy who said something, and then 4 other guys. Let's see.
Do 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 do.
Oh, that is a total of 7.
7.
Yep.
That hits.
Yep. Okay.
Just.
I'm assuming that hits you by 1 because I think your defense is
1,
yeah. So I can't move any 6s over. So
thank goodness.
Probably. Okay, so. Does 9 hurt you?
Yeah. So I'm gonna soak to try and get rid of those 2 damage.
Okay.
And I do handedly, so I take 3 shock.
Take 3 shock. Okay. That is your action.
My action. Yes. Is there a leader? There's like clearly a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and I think I'm just gonna multi-attack 2 of these fellas.
Okay. Is the leader involved, or is it just 2 other guys?
No, I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna do an all-out attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna multi-attack.
Okay.
Every one but the leader. So total 4 guys.
Total 4 guys. You got to try to hit all 4 of them. Okay.
Well, I think I can only target 3, but I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, and I'm gonna use some wrath to reroll that.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die. Okay, so for a grand total of what? That's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grand total of 10. And then I can slap some glory onto that. Does 10 do anything yet?
I'm gonna make sure. I'm looking at the defense. It should be there. No, that's not it. Yes. If you try to attack 3 of them, each attack is increased by 2 each. So 3 plus 2 to 6, 9. Yes, you barely hit all 3 of them.
Fantastic. Okay, so then I just
do your standard damage.
For damage, so I just get 2 ED. For yeah, so for a total of 17 damage.
Yeah. These guys are shredded. They are kaputs. They are out of there. They are gone.
All right.
Yeah. So, the uh, the the there's a small shriek that comes out of the mouth of the man who was in front of you, but he definitely uh, sort of pulls out his own sword and goes to attack you, and
Uh-huh.
and when he does that, the other gentleman, the fourth one that you didn't get, tries to
Yeah.
stab you in the back as well as a free action,
Cool.
and I spent a rune for that ability.
Yep. Ganger scum.
That's the wrong mouse that I need.
Okay. Okay.
7. Oh, your defense is 4 now?
Yeah.
'Kay.
I know my defense is still 6. I haven't been wounded.
You did,
Right.
said you had all-out attack.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, good point.
So,
So
yep,
it is 4.
he hits you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's going to move that 6 to damage. Uh-huh. Okay, and it's brutal. So 2d6. So that moves everything up 1. Brutal moves everything up 1.
For the damage die, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 1 to the.
So 6
whatever
and
you roll the
3,
damage
so
die.
that's actually 3 more. So that's a total of 12 on you.
I think I'll elect to soak damage.
Okay.
So I actually soak 5 of that, and I have 7, which is exactly what I need.
Okay.
So I'm exhausted now.
You have no more soak. You have no more shock.
No more shock.
Yeah, this sword comes in, and it's not like a it's not a chain sword. It's not anything, but definitely has an extremely fine tip to it. It has a slight vibration to it, and when it hits, you get that at that last moment, and you sort of peel around it, and you try to go with the blow so it doesn't bite as greedily as it should. Then the other guy is going to go because he got to go as a free action, and then he'll.
Cool. Miss me, you punk. Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep,
Just.
hits you. That's
Just.
going to be. He can't move any for extra damage, so that's just going to be 180. Nope, that's just a 1. How's 10? Does 10 hit
10?
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 2 wins.
Okay.
Bloop bloop.
Yeah. As you move, unfortunately, this guy comes down from behind you, and his is just like a normal knife. It's just a really sharp, normal knife, but it comes down and grazes like the back of your shoulder. You guys you definitely can take these guys handily, but they are vicious.
Yeah.
So since that was a simple action, because he used an ability, to let that guy go, the guy's action is going to actually go now, so he gets to attack again.
All right. Shit.
1,
Oh, it's a fucking crit.
3,
Fuck's
4.
sake.
No, well, these guys are normal. They don't have wrath die.
All right.
I'm not rolling wrath die for them.
Oh,
The only
okay.
one that gets that is the leader because he's not a mook essentially, or. So he hits you barely, but so what does 9 do? 9 damage. Oh, let me roll 1d10.
9. That does 2 wins.
Yep.
And I'm 1 off from being heavily wounded.
So yeah, he comes in and then he comes in again. These guys are super vicious. They're screeching and they're sort of just flailing all around. And so this is now the top of the round. I'm going to let you go this time. Since I would have
been fine if I had a jacket here. Shit. All right, I'm gonna fucking just eat this other guy. I think first I'm gonna spend some wrath so that I get some shock back.
Okay.
So
Well, okay,
slap
so
that on the
that
table.
eats up your action. If you want to do that and take an
I think it
attack, it's a
specifies
considered
that
a
it's-
multi-action thing.
I think it specifies that it's free
It's not. You can double
for
check me,
gaining
but
ruin back. Gaining wrath back through ruin. I thought through
yeah,
wrath.
getting
I will
shock
double
back
check.
from wrath takes an
That's it.
action, but it can be part of a multi-action thing. So you can do it when you still do something else. It's just you take a higher penalty on doing other things.
Hmm. Oh, it does count as an action. God damn it. Alrighty. Alright, yep. Well, that and multi-action, I guess, and
Okay, sure.
eat this fella. And well, roll how much shock I get back. Okay, cool.
Was it 2, 3?
Yeah. 2 multi-action.
Yep.
And eat. Yeah. So I just eat the other guy, and then. I mean, I could roll damage if you like.
No, that's fine. It's cool. Not on that guy. I'm assuming it's the non-leader because that's the only.
Yeah,
one.
the non-leader.
Because you only took one action.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you take out that guy. You sort of grab him and then bite him and toss him apart. And yeah, and then it's his go, and he looks vicious, like you're going to look good mounted on my wall. He is going to
You're gonna
attack.
look good lining my gut, fella.
Nope, can't do that. Yep. He's gonna go. I'll attack.
A comp. Ah,
No, the last die is always the one die at the end is always my wrath die.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits you.
Just.
Do I want to spend another rune or not for a reroll? Yeah, why not? I got rune to spare.
God, I need a fucking shirt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He just rerolls 5. He didn't get a critical, luckily.
Mm. Fucking luckily.
9, 10. So, yep, he's got to definitely move 1 into. Actually, does he have enough?
That's
6. Your defense is
damage
6 right
die,
now.
yeah. Sorry?
Your defense is 6 right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna move 2 into damage.
Shit. Alright.
So he's gonna roll a total of 3. Okay, so that goes to a 6. So he gets a total of 4 damage because it's a brutal
Extra.
weapon. So that's a grand total of 13 damage. No AP.
Alright. Time to soaky soak. Okay, well, so 2 of that's gone. And that takes off another. I'm literally on 1 wound left.
Wow. Oh yeah, because you can only soak up enough to equal to the rest of the shock you
Yeah, literally. So if he's not going to spend ruin on this next round,
I've spent a lot of runes, so I don't have much. I think I have like 2 left. I think that's all.
okay.
Because I only get a number equal, I think, to the party or 6, whatever's higher.
Yeah.
And I've only gotten
Okay.
1 off.
So
So it is definitely your go.
alrighty. Well, I mean, I could try and fucking intimidate him, but part of me is worried that if that fails, he'll just fucking shank me and I'll die.
Well, you're not going to eat him?
Well, so he's a character, right? So he gets defiance checks.
It depends on how I want to play it, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I have to just eat him now. I think I have to just bite him and hope he survives. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh my god, that might not even hit. So is 4 enough to hit him?
Yeah, he all attacked last turn, so his defense is lowered.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so his roll. How many successes did you get? 4?
4.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll. But you didn't get any successes, so you can't move any damage.
No.
So just tell me what his actual
So that's 14 damage.
14. Oh yeah, he's mincemeat. His soak
Yeah,
is
okay.
5.
Okay.
No, actually, what's his resilience? Actually, yeah, resilience sucks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you pick him
Wow.
up and you sort of bite into him and then like rip him in half, and blood goes everywhere. You're all bloody and bruised, broken, beat up,
Okay.
and you don't have the armor you wanted. Sucks.
Everything sucks.
However,
Yes.
as you rip him apart and you do that, you feel like you took care of those guys, those fops, those degenerates. You beat them in bloody combat. I will let you restore a wrath if you want.
Ooh. I mean, sure.
Doesn't mean
I
there's not
think-
going to be consequences.
I mean, okay. then no.
Then no. So is that a yes or a no on the on
No. No. That's all right. I think I don't want to turn to a chaos spawn just yet.
Wouldn't say heresy.
So I think I'm gonna just limp into the melter bomb. Actually.
That's actually places cordoned off with cops.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not gonna limp in there.
Yeah. I will.
Alright, well-
I will say, though, as you are. What were you specifically looking for?
Well, I was looking to just case the joint until I found a guy that was roughly my build and I could steal his shirt. And then 2, I was gonna like put my Vox feed on,
Okay.
get a response from this. person.
You are. Actually, yeah, I like that idea. It's a weird idea, but it's an idea.
Okay.
Hey, little gaming pick. Sometimes GMs just make shit up on the fly, and you just got to go with it.
Okay. That's fine.
So yeah, after you kill those guys and you sort of like get your shit settled and you sort of like nurse your wounds, you find as you sort of turn an alley and sort of sit down for a minute, out of sheer luck and sort of weird, just a coincidence, you look down and you look at some rubble, like some debris, and you brush the debris off. It's a large sort of mesh shirt. About that's you're like, no, this can't possibly be that. And you sort of pull back and you look at it like, no, it's your size.
God.
It's built for someone huge.
I've been looking for you all my life. And then I think I'm going to pass out because I have
Sure.
zero shock, and 1 wound.
Yeah, sure. All right, so we're gonna leave Bruce with his hugging his shirt.
Great.
And we're going to go back to you three as you guys make your way back to Precinct 82-4. It's kind of relatively easy going. You have this woman who's not screaming and not struggling, but you guys make your way up into the precinct. And after you show them your credentials, because you guys still do actually have credentials for this specific precinct, you make your way to basically your office. And your office actually does have like 1 or 2 holding cells that you can just throw someone in, because it was under the auspice that you guys would be operating actively out of this place. All right, you're there. You're beat up. You're broken. You're bloody.
I think we should just chuck her in the cell and then have
Why
a
chuck her in the
race.
cell?
Throw her in.
Emphasis on the chuck.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And you gluck it up, and she gets up after she sort of dusts herself off and is like, kind of has her hands on the bars and is just like, great.
I call a medic to us.
Okay, sure. You can call a medic. A servitor, a medical servitor, as well as a sort of an admin Administratum medic comes in and starts tending to all of you. Go ahead and roll a d3 and get that many wounds back. And
Okay.
go ahead and call this a regroup, which means you get your shock back.
Excellent. Oh, look, they put some duct tape over the hole in your face.
It's plastiskin. It's fine. It's dermiplas.
That's what they tell you.
Yep. So you get 3 back. You get 3 back. Mac, were you? Did you?
I'm not wounded.
Oh, okay. Yep. So you guys are looking better. They he actually does take measurements for Juliet's eye, and see. He's like, I will attempt to find a replacement, but it may take some time to get it, and you'll need to go in for certain cybernetic implant modifications so that it properly interfaces with your nervous
Just
system.
get her the
Yeah.
fanciest bauble you got.
Yeah. Can I get an eye patch?
Yeah, he doesn't give you an eye patch, but he got like gauze, so he creates does the classic over the
Ugh.
eye bandage.
I think I need to charge my power armor.
Okay, yeah, you have the socket in here, and you can definitely start charging it. It's a better
Ugh.
connection that you had, so it's gonna take a couple hours, but it'll be fully charged then. And same with your
Cool.
health shot. You'll probably want to recharge it now, too.
Yep. I plug it in.
And anyone who has Laz stuff, they can plug it in. And so after you guys are resting and sort of eating, and you get some food brought up, and she's like, "Can I have some food at least if I'm gonna be here for a while?"
I don't know. Can I have some information?
Okay, fine. And she just goes back to sitting on her bed.
I make it a habit to just take food, even if I'm not particularly hungry, and I just sort of watch her and eat it slowly.
And after a while, she just sort of lays down on the cot in there, it's just a metal slab, and she's just looking at the ceiling. And about some time later, you hear the footsteps more before the door swings open, and these are not happy footsteps. And swings open the door is Hellreich, in his full regalia, and it's just like, what in the Emperor's name have all of you been doing? I finally get reports that you're even remotely in this area, and I've gotten letters and foxes from everyone from here to there that you guys have gotten reports of these distinct individuals causing hell everywhere.
It's a very complicated mission.
The only one causing hell's in the cell right now.
And then he looks over and he looks at it and he's like, "Who the hell is this?" And she steps up and goes, "Oh, finally someone who's in charge." And she goes, "I'm Owena. What's her last name? Owena. I have names."
She blew up one of the guys we were interrogating.
Noena DeViccio, security attaché to the noble house, Exet. And she says that, and he's like, "You gotta be kidding me. Really? You kidnapped the head of security?"
She blew up one of our informants.
It's her word versus yours. Shit.
Pardon me? Sorry?
He said, it's your word versus hers.
Right.
Fuck. Really? All right. So, but And he thinks for a minute and is like, though that's not the worst thing. And he looks to her and he's like, we're going to talk later. And she's like, oh, I can't wait. And then he's like, can you three come with me? Where's the fourth one, anyways? The ugly one.
Wow. Just you wait. Just you wait until I get the encourage romance campaign card. Son of a bitch. Ugh.
Somewhere right now, doing his own thing.
I heard he's gone completely feral and is tearing up the Underhive.
Places to be.
Tearing up assholes.
Anyways, please follow me. I don't, yeah. And you guys follow?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
locked up in her cell.
Yes.
You guys make her way up a couple of floors, and then you basically come to his office, which is basically not above yours. It's like a couple of levels up, a couple hallways down, around, down, and then he's got his own sort of department. He's like coming inside, and he closes the door, and he's like, "Please have a seat. We got a lot to talk about, and I didn't want her hearing a damn thing." And he goes over to the front of his desk. And his office is not like yours. You guys had sort of like a full studio office where it has multiple offices off the main sort of theater. His is just a singular office, which is more like a traditional detective's office. He's got racks of weapons on the wall. He's got various small plaques and stuff for various awards for service. You see a couple pics of a few of when he was younger. That kind of stuff. And then he comes over and he pulls a drawer out. He rummages through something, and then it looks like he turns his hand upside down, like he's pulling something off like a secret compartment, pulls it out, and then slams it on the desk, and then it's an eye. It's the Inquisition, the Terror's Most Holy Order Inquisition insignia. And he slaps it down on a desk in front of you and goes, "Okay, can we talk now? Are you guys going to behave? Holy crap. In the Emperor's name." She said you were going to be...
Go ahead.
She said you guys would be a handful, but I had no clue.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you have a rampaging mutant. You've blown up half the gangs near the Underhive. You're so far away from inconspicuous to basically be the sun in the middle of the night. And he lights a low stick and he puts it in his mouth and he's like, "I was asked by your Inquisitor to watch over you, to see how you guys are going to handle your shit. And obviously you can't handle it. Me and her I owe her, we go back. So let's see if we can do this a little bit better. If you've got her, I believe you. I believe that she blew up your informant. I believe, obviously, you guys heard about the warehouse. It's out of my jurisdiction, but I heard about it. I don't know what I can do about it, but I do have her now. And she probably won't talk, and she'll probably go walking soon. Her higher-ups won't let her sit in that cell for very long. But I do have time. What do you know? What can I use?
The seal that he showed off, it looks official.
Yep. If you want to do more like insight sort of investigation, you can do that. An investigation, if there's an
Absolutely.
Yeah, please.
You said insight or investigate? Wait.
If it's an object, it's probably investigation.
It's
It's going to be an object. It's going to be investigation.
3, 4.
Who has the Inquisition keyword?
I Hold on a second. I do.
Oh, you do? Okay. That modifies your role because you actually are in part of the Inquisition's hierarchy.
I'm part of the inner circle.
Well, not yet.
The inner outer circle.
You are in the outer inner circle. Instead of being in the outer circle. So, yeah, you look at it, you actually pick it up and look at it, and yeah, it's legit. It doesn't place him as an Inquisitor. It places him basically as a trusted acolyte.
So he's an acolyte.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
an acolyte, but it's more like a senior acolyte. Someone who's definitely got the ear of an Inquisitor or two.
I pull out the bag of spare parts and dump it on the desk. And then I also flip out the data pad
With
all of the information for like the maps, instructions for the robbery, as well as the references for some sort of production.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
We know they need the parts for making their fancy drugs.
Midnight, yeah. I heard that the Black Fangs were a part of this. So,
And we know that the nobles are involved.
well, that's something that maybe this was my fault, and I'm going to apologize for this. Maybe I shouldn't. I could have briefed you a little bit better when you first got here. I was in the middle of doing my own thing. I thought you all could handle it.
This
The
motherfucker.
nobles are always involved. That's how the Hive runs. That's how every Hive runs. Is the nobles they own all the major manufacturing or shipping or production or materials, whatever. They have all the proper agreements and contracts to get all this stuff done. And it doesn't surprise me that some of them are working with some of the lower gangs. It's not uncommon for that to happen. And this drug, while dangerous, is not entirely illegal, at least not yet. But I knew the excess were involved on some level. I have a little more proof now, thanks to you. Thanks. And he starts looking over the data pad. He's like, so some of this looks like this is where these guys were hanging out. This is sort of a personal map and reminder of where they come and go in the Underhive. I couldn't exactly pinpoint it to you, but I could. That's definitely how this reads. I've seen a couple of these. The Underhives are labyrinth, are just a giant labyrinth, a toxic labyrinth, and you need to remind yourself where there are good places and bad places. So
we also know that one of their other members of the Black Fangs apparently has enough information that they wanted us to get her out of a certain other judicator's hands.
Which judicator?
Cynic.
Do you remember the precinct?
He sort of like scratches 74-13.
He writes it. Actually, he like opens up his own data pad and sort of inputs it a little bit, and like, okay, I'll look into that. And who was the culprit? Who they have in holding?
Oh, she's a wonderful angel named Selite.
That name is familiar. That I remember. I brought her in on a few smuggling charges before. Not for a while though. I thought she had left or was killed. Interesting. So we've got the exets are having the gangs make a drug or something. What are they getting out of it?
I don't know. The gangers seem to be paying the nobles paying them something. We didn't really get a chance to look in the other bag.
Actually, clarification: there was no other bag.
Oh, that's right.
So
it was.
He was like, "Oh, is the thing done?"
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
It's done.
So
Here's your parts.
retcon. We don't know, just that they're getting something from the gang.
You have
the Black
Your
Fangs.
informant didn't tell you what that was?
No, she blew up his face.
They're desperate if she's doing wet work herself. Well, obviously your Inquisitor's not here, and I can't have the direct authority to take over command of your little operation. But I would like to be more in the loop, and I think you would have a lot to learn from my expertise, especially in the case of the nobles and the gangs in this entire hive. So it'd be smart to heed what I have to say.
Second guy.
There is a lot going on, and I don't want you to run afoul. You've almost run afoul of some of the other precincts, and they would lock you up and they would kill you. Especially your mutant friend. That would not go easily. They do not tolerate his kind willfully. He needs to prove himself in order to make sure to showcase that he can stay toe the line, as it were. Or he needs to stay in the Underhive and never show his face up here.
It will be harder now that he's bigger.
He's bigger.
Much bigger.
You know the abhumans Ogrins.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
That.
He wasn't that big when I first saw him.
He's got lots of eyes now too.
What? I have a distinct feeling you may want to put a bolt around to his head.
Bring him to the church.
I mean, she seems to be okay with him.
As she looks,
He's
over
misunderstood. He just needs some help. He needs some guidance.
Needs to be brought to the church.
It's possible.
He needs better friends.
Do you believe that you
that's
can
right.
help him?
I believe we can help him.
The Emperor light.
Fam.
He goes into his drawer and then rummages through it again, and he pulls out basically the rosary, but instead of obviously being like a Catholic cross, it's got like an Imperial eagle, the Imperial eagle on it, and he hands it over to you, and he's like, if you go up and you look for a priest in the High Hall named Nikia, she will be able to help you. I have some friends in the ecclesiarchy, especially in the upper reaches of the hive. I've done some favors for them in the past, and I think they'll listen. If you have that, they'll listen to you, and they'll give you access where they would normally require a lot more. And you being a sister should not be will make it that much easier if you can get him up there without causing a riot. And speaking of riots, we don't have much time. I know that you were sent here to help us figure out what all this unrest is escalating to, and we don't. And within a matter of weeks, within about a week or so, the parades are going to officially begin, and I fear what will happen because the drug is still moving. This drug is still moving through the Underhive very rapidly, and the fervor of the church is growing ever. The rhetoric is growing ever hotter, and I don't know what's going to happen. We do not have much time to figure out the heart of this. Obviously, the exits are at the heart of this. The Black Fangs are at the heart of this. But I don't have the manpower to just round them all up. And they're too well connected for me to just go arrest the to arrest Narco Lord Larden. She's too well protected, too influential to directly affect, at least from my station.
Have you got any more information on the map?
Oh, that map, the
Symbol.
No, unfortunately, it's definitely, some people believe it may be ritualistic in nature, but that's all I have. Unfortunately, you're probably by this point familiar that not a lot of people outside of our circle would be more aware of what that is. Information is kept very tight. You may be able to access information in the archives. 1 second, let me pull up some notes real quick. Pull up my layout so I can think about this. Yeah, the main archives are what we call the stacks, because they're just stacks and stacks, watched over by the admex as well as the administratum, are officially called the estate records of justification edicts. It's in this level of the main hive. You should be able to relatively easily find it. I can't guarantee that they'll have anything that you'll. If they have what you need, you may be able to access it. It depends on whose palm do you want to grease to get to it.
I think dealing with pencil pushers will be harder to deal with than riots.
On my end, I would rather deal with the pencil pushers at this point, because the riots will eradicate this hive if they get this bad as I think they may get.
Very well.
I'm amazed. I am almost worried the governor, if he wasn't so goddamn distracted with his political infighting, he may call the PDF, if not the Imperial Guard, down to suppress this entire hive. And that won't go well for anyone involved. So, we need to find out what the exets are getting out of from the Black Fangs. And we need to understand if Midnight is involved in that. And wherever else the spider web goes. And we need to do it quickly, and we need to do it relatively quietly. Yes, I know bullets are going to have to fly probably eventually, but I wasn't expecting you guys to all shoot first and ask questions afterwards.
Interesting point. I think everyone shot at us first, like every single encounter.
I mean-
but fair enough.
Shoot first and ask questions while
Get
shooting.
shot at
Get shot at, then ask questions.
later. Yeah.
Well, should we
Well,
begin
technically,
with the
Jack
one
just
from-
shot first at the warehouse, but that's the technicality.
Yeah, Jack, do you? Yeah. How hard is it to
It
convince
all worked
people?
out.
Did it?
Yeah, I ask. Should we start with the one with the cell?
No, she's probably not going to talk to you. And and here's the problem. You guys have to be more mindful of who's talking, who can talk to who. If Oina, hold on, let me make sure I'm saying her name right, because I'm a dumb boy. Oida, if Oida is found, if she tells her people that she was brutalized under my watch or your watch, the hammer's going to come down from on high from you all, because the people above me are connected to the exets, more connected to the nobles, and they're going to come down on you because you're operating inside and outside the law right now, because you don't have her approval, but you do not have her permissions. I know we don't have a lot of time, but there's some things you look at, and you all look like complete hell.
I mean, speak for yourself.
I always look like hell, but that's just the nature of my job. Get some rest. See if you can gather some of this information up. See if you can get the other one dealt with one way or the other, and then get on track of the Black Fangs and the Xets. Did you meet with this cynic?
Yes, twice, I think.
And what was her disposition?
He wants more information.
About?
Everything.
Hmm.
What we told her is nothing.
I think she has a hunch about who we are.
It seems that way.
I mean, in some respects, it is the worst kept secret in the Imperium of mankind. But everyone knows it exists, but nobody knows exactly how or who it exists to, which is a good thing. But so everyone in certain layers are going to be more suspicious than others. I'm just wondering what her angle is. She wanted information from all of you. That's maybe something worth to look in. Maybe you can play ball with her. Maybe she just is an ambitious person and wants to get in a better station. And she thinks by using you, she can get there. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That can work for all of you.
Some of us have a suspicion that she's working with the house. But
to be fair, everyone works with the houses now and then on some level. I've dealt with a couple of the houses. I've had to do favors for them, and they've done favors for me. That is the exchange of power.
Sounds like we should let this hive burn. I'm not hearing any arguments for saving any of these people. People's revolution. That's what we need.
Viva, yeah, that works so well.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
So
I think I'll disappear into the Hive and organize a resistance.
I am Bruce. No, I am Bruce. No, all the mutants are signing up.
Yeah.
We are all
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yep. So, I mean,
I am
this
Bruce
is what I got for you. You obviously have some information. We got to figure out where all the pieces are connecting. She won't talk, but Cellite may. Because when you gangers, and he looks to Jacta, is like, as you probably well guess, are a selfish lot. They want to survive.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't know a damn thing what I'm talking about. They want to survive. They'll turn over if they feel that it's in their best interest, and maybe you can make Cellite turn. Maybe there's leverage because maybe the Black Fangs are dealing with something they may not understand, or they may want to stay involved in. Because from what little I know of the narco lord that they all work for, she's pragmatic. But you've all pissed in her cereal too, so I don't know how she's going to handle you if you try to talk to her, if you even can talk to her. But it may be an option. I don't know. I can't officially. I cannot go with you, but I can help you where I can here, doing my best and giving you all advice. And he takes the symbol. He takes the Inquisitor symbol, and then he puts it back under in that specific like secret compartment that he had in his desk, and then he shuts it. It's like, that's all I can do. Now get this crap off my desk, and go get some rest and food.
Stand up and leave.
Okay. All right. What do you guys want to do? We're kind of in narrative time because Bruce is sleeping it off,
Dying.
and you guys are sort of in the process of healing. Let me look at.
I'm just gonna pack all my wounds with trash.
Sounds like a plan.
I say we take Bruce to the chapel. Try to use the connection we got.
Get him exercised.
Yeah, in a sense.
The power of the Emperor compels you.
Not again. Not so keen. Also, I could wake up and be fucking captured or being tortured or anything.
They just
down
start
here.
throwing holy water in your eyes.
Yeah,
When we find you, and if we find you.
yeah. If you find
And by holy
Wake
water, I
up at
just
all.
mean toilet water from the church.
some street dog could come and just eat me, I'm passed out on the ground.
And then it gains your power.
Yeah, then it gains my powers.
So yeah,
and then
you
it
guys
becomes our friend.
Who knows what's fucking going on?
Alright, so you guys can take a respite, which is going to be about part of an evening, basically most of an evening, if you guys want. And you guys can basically get all your shock and all your wounds, and your wrath can reset 2. It resets 2, so even if you have more, you'd have 2. If you had less, you have 2 again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to do that.
I think I have to.
Yeah, you're able to sort of put yourself back together, sort of rest up. Juliet, I will say that may want to save some points coming up if you want to get the cybernetic implant thing. If you don't want to get like an actual like Auspex thing that's like an actual gives you benefits, and you just want like a cool replacement eye, you can just have that without much problem. That'll be in a couple more days, but shouldn't take too long for you to actually get it installed.
Just pack your eye hole full of trash.
Just pack my eye hole full of glitter.
Glitter.
Full of
Ow.
glitter.
No.
Charms. Lucky charms.
All right, so Bruce, I'm gonna say you wake up pretty much quote unquote the next day. You found this nice, interesting mesh armor. It's got a lot of buckles and brass straps and stuff like that to it. It's nice. It with a little bit of adjustment, it actually fits you pretty well.
All right. Okay, so I guess I'm still in the dirty,
It's got a
scummy
little
alleyway.
cool hood that you can put over. A little hood.
Oh, cool. I'm in the filthy alleyway, so I think I'm gonna leave there, and I think I'm actually gonna go to the Hive. I think try and go down, see if the scabbies know anything. Go
Okay.
mutant hunting. So I think I'm just gonna move there, but feel free if you guys need. I feel like your guys' stuff is more critical. I'm going off a hunch. So
Okay.
if you guys want to spend the
going
time,
off
Okay.
a hunch. All right, noted.
Yep.
You're gonna need, since you're gonna go in the Underhive, you actually get to use survival. This is more of a
Yeah.
primitive sort of lawless land. That is the Underhive proper.
oh yeah, baby.
I may need to cut it a little short tonight, just because we're at a good stopping point, and I'm kind of going to think about, since Bruce is going off on his own, doing his own thing. We may need I may need some time to percolate on this.
No worries. Well, we could.
Okay.
I'm happy for me to stop here if you guys need to do stuff as well.
Yeah, well, I also kind of, here's the kicker. I don't want to split the party up for too long like that,
No,
because I want you guys to all be together and do stuff together.
Yeah.
But it all depends, because they may be trying to find you, and that totally messes with everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we can do. But I know we still have a few more things to do. I just thought about it. Give me a second. I was looking at. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah, you're going to be in the Underhive proper, which is mostly sort of industrial wasteland lawlessness.
Cool.
You got a grand total of a good deal. You got yourself, looks like 6, 7. Yeah.
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 8. Sorry.
So you're going to be going down there, and what is your goal down here in the Underhive? Just
My
mingle?
goal is to go talk to the scabby gangs, because I have a hunch that if midnight is, what I think it is, there's going to be a lot more new mutants down here that are going to know stuff, and 2, I think I feel like there's going to be a lot of I feel like there's going to be mutant gangs down here that at least know about it. So I'm going to try and find some more info.
You're trying to see if you can lean into your advantages, your disposition, and see if you can find more information. Which, actually, this may be relatively easy just because you're kind of in your element. What does my other PCs want to do?
I think you should go get Cellite out.
Yeah, we should go get Starlight.
My original plan.
Well, I still have the radio, so I can still contact her. And
Well,
that's part of
actually,
what
I was gonna get you on that once I figured out what they were gonna do. You were gonna do the Vox thing and have a conversation. So you want to go get Cell 8 out? Is that basically what you want to do?
Yep.
Sure. It's gonna take you some time to get over to her precinct, which her precinct is more down south from you guys, sort of southwest, as it were.
Gotta work my magic and convince her I'm one of them.
You, sir, are definitely not. 74-13 is her precinct.
Yep.
So, couple hours into your trek into the Underhive, you get a little bleep, one of your beads on your Vox sort of blinking, saying that somebody's basically trying to get contact with you.
Well, so I had a plan of sneaking into a whorehouse on the way down here, and then getting a prostitute, because I think they'd be good at faking it, and then getting them to roll my deception rolls for me after writing out a very elaborate script with Scholar.
No, just no.
What if I send a rat though?
Nope.
Okay, well, fine.
There are no prostitutes in the Underhive.
Yeah, there are.
They all
They've all been burnt.
Yeah, it's a very specific niche fetish. But yeah, all right. Well then, hey, who are you? What do you want?
This is Adjudicator Cynic. I was instructed to Vox a particular individual on this frequency. I assume.
Oh yeah, so you got the letter then?
You sound familiar. Are you this Bruce fellow?
I don't know, maybe. Sure, whatever. Does it matter?
Not entirely. What do you want?
Quick question. Anyone else read that letter before it came to you?
As far as I can tell, it was unsealed.
It was unsealed.
Sorry. As far as I can tell, it was sealed when it arrived in my hands.
Okay, and you're alone?
Yes.
Okay, so we might have some information on the Fuente house and how they might be involved with all of this. But I think I'm going to have to send a team of people over to you now, since I'm in charge. I'm the big boss. And they are going to need to do some investigating, and I think it's going to be really beneficial if you answer all their questions for them. And
what information do you have?
Well, I don't have the information. They have it. They can tell you when they arrive.
So I will need to negotiate with them.
Yep, basically. But don't arrest them or shoot them.
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay. Well, I know there's an APB for me and probably the rest of the people, so...
You could make it easy for me and tell me where you are, but I doubt you will.
I mean, I know you're already tracking this, so I'm probably going to whip this into the mud right now. So, unless you have anything else you want to say.
So you basically just wasted my time because I was going to have to...
No, well, I was actually gonna... Oh shit, that's meta knowledge. No, I don't know that they're on their way to see you.
Yeah,
so.
You don't know they're on the
but
way.
I can call them and tell them and be like, all right, go over and...
Remember, they modified your Vox specifically so that you could do this. You don't know how to undo this.
I have 5 tech. I could give it a go, but my point is, I was like, actually, better idea. Why don't you send someone down here and I can have a chat with them?
To negotiate specifically about what our arrangement was?
Yeah, talk about intel and stuff. Basically, we need more information on the Fuentes.
Well, that would be me. That would be the best person for to talk to. Would be me. And there's not many other individuals that I would want to send wherever you are. I don't even know where they are. And if you said those other individuals were coming to me with information I needed, why would I need to talk to you?
Well, because I didn't, because that was meta knowledge and that didn't happen. Because if I didn't, I realize now that I would have no idea that they're doing that. So fair enough.
It's possible, but I would have to come down to you. But
okay, that sounds good.
Are.
You know anywhere nice to get lunch or down here?
I know many nice places, but where are you? In a general sense.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can see the cherubs and servo skulls watching me right now. So I think basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find like an area with next to like a body of scummy mutant water. And then I'm going to go hide in the water, and I'm going to put, I'm going to put the Vox bead on a bench near there and be like, meet us here.
You want me to meet you in this location on the Underhive?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No.
Okay, why though?
You're in the Underhive, and I'm not. I don't particularly trust you.
I mean, you can bring as many people as you like. It's fine.
Well, that's true. That means I could arrest you easily when I get there.
I mean, sure, if you don't want to catch the Fuentes, but I mean, up to you.
Well, you still haven't told me what you know, or he even.
Well,
give
it's
me a
because
hint.
look, I've got. It's all. I can't read.
I'm going to need you to roll deception because you honestly are trying to lead her on, and you don't have any information.
Okay, it's a hot 0.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe that would be the wisest idea for either of us in this case. If you really have information about the Fuentes, you can come up and find me, and we'll talk.
Well, look,
I can make this APP go away. I need information.
Okay, I can get you information, but first, I think I might have to chat with my team.
Very well, so you just wasted my time.
Well, I didn't think you were going to be a massive cunt about the whole thing. So,
Well, welcome to my job description. But anyways, when you have actionable information, send me.
I do have actual information, you bloody penis. I don't have it on me. You think they trust me with that? I'm surprised I'm able to call you on the Vox.
You just hear that sigh over the
Yeah.
Vox. It's like, again, contact me when you have actual information.
I got actual information.
Crushes the box.
Look, just get out of here.
Why'd I do that? No.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, send someone down here. Anyone. Jeez.
I think she already hung up.
All right.
So I want you to make a. Bruce is going to make me a.
Tech use test?
No.
No.
Probably. So you want to get information about stuff that's going down in the Underhive by meeting and greeting with a whole bunch of scabies and scabby gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah. I was going to go. Part of it was I was going to be like, yeah, I'll do some work for you.
I'm going to let you do a cunning and or leadership.
Okay. Well, I mean,
or persuasion.
Okay. Yeah. No. Sure. I mean, I literally cannot. I cannot. I have a +4 to whatever I roll. So even if it was like
you're not gonna take those modifiers.
Okay.
If you're talking to these guys, because you're talking to actual mutants and stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do a persuasion, and I'm going to steal all the glory because the session's about to end. So, zip, zippy zoop. Okay, so that's 1 success, and how much glory do we have? 5. Yeah, 5 glory.
Yep.
That's what we got.
I would have laughed so hard if you got a complication.
I'm going to. Okay, so that's what a waste. What an actual waste. All right, never mind.
Yep. Unfortunately, yep. The wrath, you could spin the wrath and re-roll.
No, I can't because it was
only one. You only have 1d6 between all the cunning, leadership, and persuasion.
Well, because the thing is, I get penalties for talking. It doesn't even within the rules. The only people I don't get penalized for talking to are people that have the chaos keyword.
I'm being a little more lenient than that for this situation.
But even then, so I was like, well, I'm not going to put anything in fellowship. So,
but like I said, if that's all you got, that's all you got. I mean, I'm waiving a lot of those penalties.
No, that's all I got.
Okay.
I could intimidate, but what?
Yeah, but you're not trying to scare these guys. You're trying to.
I am. I'm the biggest mutant. I'm in charge.
No.
Yes, I'm an orc. I don't know. But
no,
that's nothing. All right, well, fuck this.
You talk to a whole bunch of them. You talk, and you're going to spend probably a day or two down here talking and meeting and eating with them, and you find out little pieces. I'll give you some more information later. Just remind me. I'll sort of pack it together and give you a little bit of a download. But we'll go right back to you guys. You guys are heading to Cynic and Precinct 74-13, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So it takes you better part of a day to get down there. It's not super hard because you take the sort of public transit. By this point, everyone's armor is fully charged. Your weapons are fully charged. Your weapons and armor have been mostly repaired and maintained. You're actually doing pretty good. You still only have one eye, Juliet, but that generally hasn't impeded you too much. I'll even throw in that you got a cool eye patch now. So you have a cool eye patch.
Yes.
Who doesn't want a cool eye patch, man? And so you make your way down to the precinct. It's very similar in design as the other one, because these places are pretty much just stock standard. Build it like this unless you have to make modifications. And you arrange to meet Cynic in her office, and very similar to the abode of Hellreich, she has a similar office. Obviously, differently decorated, slightly different. She has a few more plaques on the wall. She has a few more pictures. She looks like she's a little bit more of an up and comer sort of person than Hellreich. Has a slightly sunnier, nicer office. And she's like, "Oh, well, good. Glad you all can make it. Please close the door."
I don't know. I figured it's probably a sliding door. Whatever.
It's
Yeah.
It's actually a bulkhead because everything in the 40K universe has to be bulkheads, right? She's like,
Well, don't you have a fancy office?
"No, I mean, I do well for myself." So, did you find the information out that I requested?
I mean, I've got lots of information.
Specifically about the Fuentes and why they're harassing the exets?
Out of character, real quick. The Fuentes are the noble house. Well, actually, I don't know. Did we find out that they were the ones making the deal were part of that noble house, or did we not figure that out?
No. What do you mean? I'm confused.
As a part of the drug deal.
Yeah,
the-
part of the drug deal.
That was the exets.
Exets.
Okay.
No, the Fuentes are clearly a scapegoat. From as in we've heard nothing about them.
You
and-
have not found any information out. You have not looked into the Fuentes. You don't know how crooked or not crooked they are. You don't
Yeah.
know
Okay.
what their situation is.
I mean, I don't know anything about them, but
God damn it.
the if I had to play put a bet down, I'd say if they're harassing excuse me, if they're harassing the exets, it's probably got to be something to do with their little arrangements they've got going on with the local gangs.
Maybe, but you have no other information. I mean, I could have deduced that myself. However, I do think it has to do more with upper echelon politics than anything else, and feuds than anything as lowly as a gang hive. I was hoping you had more. I was going to help you out, but just like your other friend who voxed me, just with the other friend, your friend that I voxed, you guys obviously don't have the information I need.
Lie to
Well-
her. Quick.
Quick lie to
The
her.
one that had the information died.
That's unfortunate, but I still don't. I'm sure someone else has that information. I'm not trying to be cruel here.
I still
just-
have
I
I
actually-
didn't.
What?
Did Hellreich take the stuff that I showed him?
No. That's.
I'm gonna assume he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't unless you wanted to leave it there.
No, I'm keeping that. That's useful for leverage, like in this situation.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll produce the bag of goodies. We found this on some Excite goons, I guess if you want to call them that.
Oh, okay. You found parts.
The before our little informant got his head blown off, he keyed us into a little information that apparently they've been using these to help produce their midnight, and the Excites have been helping them.
What proof do you have? Other than this, some
She
parts
works for
that
the
you found.
XS. She's gonna shoot you in the face.
She's gonna shoot.
Why are you telling her this?
I don't know any of this stuff.
Oh god. No, you do know she works for the XS. That's what Hellreich just told you.
I don't remember hearing that at all.
Yeah, I don't remember
He
hearing
did
that
not
one.
specifically state, "Oh, she works for like the XS," which he did infer that all people of a certain echelon, like adjudicators and stuff, have some connection up and down the sort of power class strata.
Yeah, but everybody knows that. Like, you don't
But
get
she's
to be in a
also-
position of power without having connections.
Right.
So she's also in XS territory, and she
Now,
came and
Yeah. Now, what he's saying, what Bruce is saying, is something you're aware of, is that there's a lot of things that may lean her more heavily
Yeah.
in that house, but there's not like A
Yeah.
plus B equals C here.
yeah.
A lot of this is political and this is inferred, and you haven't actually done any raw investigation into a lot of this stuff. You've been kind of going, well, we're just going to go here, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to go here, and haven't
I
really
need to.
tried
I
to
got a
put the
new
pieces
character
together
that's gonna solve all this. Don't
yet.
worry.
Welcome
God
to
damn it.
investigation. Like,
I
actually,
I don't know. It's all good. It'll all be good. It'll all work out just fine.
I mean, I don't got anything else.
Oh no.
well, like I said, the offer still stands. You find me information about the Fuentes, and I will be happy to help you.
Oh.
Out of character, what exactly is she looking for?
She's looking for information about the situation of why the Fuentes and the Exets are having some sort of issue with each other.
Right. Thank you.
You've already had a meeting with the Exets. You've already sat down dinner with some of them.
Yeah.
You are familiar. You know nothing about the Fuentes and their
The one-
situation.
The druggy one.
Well, you met all three
And
of
the
them.
sweet sister.
Well, I have a suspicion to why the exits are connected to them. But you probably come to it too.
But like I said, I need evidence. I need something a little more concrete. Now, you have these parts that you say you got there, which is good, but I need people to testify. I need places I can go to raid in order to get specific evidence, caught their hand caught in the cookie jar, as it were. I need that kind of thing. Or at the very something a little more actionable. Your other friend was in the Underhive doing something, trying to persuade me to meet him down there. I don't know why.
Of course he was.
Well, I can tell you this much. One of the sisters has a drug addiction to midnight.
Which one? To the Fuentes? Fuentes don't have a sister. Don't have a sister.
No, the
Stop
exits.
talking about the XSets. Stop talking about the XSets.
I had a suspicion about that.
Oh no.
I'll have to look into that. Thank you.
If you wanted a connection, there you go.
Well, no, I didn't want the connection with Midnight or them. I wanted the connection of what's going on with the Fuentes. They're what I care about.
Yes.
Sorry, out of character. Now I'm lost.
Sorry. She
The
wants
f- the- yeah.
wants information about this other noble family that you guys don't have any information about.
Nope.
Which is called the
Oh, I
Fuentes.
thought you wanted
Because it
information
doesn't
about
exist.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing to do with this, and we're just implicating them
Oh,
to get closer to
Potentially.
her. That's like just lie.
sorry, I jumbled my information.
Just lie and be like, oh yeah, no, we've got this, and we do have a bunch of people that we have in hiding
Yes.
that are going to testify.
But then you have to back that up with a good deception score.
Yeah, basically, that was going to be my plan, but you know,
You don't have much fellowship nor deception.
Well, so yeah, my plan was to go get a prostitute and just say, like, all right, read this script.
That's not how that works.
It's a plan. I just say like,
It's
I
how it
know
works
you
in
do
Bruce's
this.
mind.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Just someone who, even someone with base stats, would do better than me. So
They would all run away from you.
yeah, well, you know,
They wouldn't want to touch you.
what are you
Unless
talking
you found
about?
an ogre and prostitute.
Yeah, that's right. She's probably
All
got
right,
high
that's a
fellowship, right?
conversation I don't want to have right now. Anyways,
Well,
you're
yeah.
in the middle of talking to Senek, and you guys got to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, she's gonna fucking shoot all you guys.
But like I said,
Well, she's not.
well, you all can, again, find the information I need about the Fuentes, and I'll be able to help you out. I can remove the APB out for your scaly friend. I can get you other things that you need to request. Help me, I help you. That's how it works.
Very well. I would stand up and leave.
You
I
all
would like to say, you don't need to be such a bloody penis about it and
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining a sister of battle, Adeptus Sororitas, in full armor, going, "You don't need to be such a bloody penis about it." Well,
I would think
my
phallus
my
would be
dear
the
sweet
right
sister,
word.
Then, what do you need? A gesture of good faith. What do you need? I would hate to look poorly in your eyes.
You got a lady locked up. How about you turn her over to us?
Well, how about you have the sister speak for herself?
Well, she has very valuable information that we need.
So you wish to speak with her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's
yeah.
possible. We can do that. I can give you about 5 minutes. I unfortunately, due to the nature of her crimes and other paperwork, she'll have to stay here. I can't transfer her or do anything like that, but I can let her speak to her. And she gets up and she said, "Follow me, please."
Rightio.
Again, anything for the church. And then she basically walks down a couple to go down. You guys have a very awkward elevator ride down. And then you come to basically holding cells, and then she goes through a couple. She passes you guys through a few checkpoints, and then she comes to a cell, and inside is a cellmate, just like the woman you saw. She looks a little bit worse for wear. She looks a little rough. She doesn't look as elegant or as slick as she did, but she's still in good. Looks like she's in good health and good spirits. And goes, "There you are." And you're literally, it's like bars in front of you. Like you can just freely talk between them. You can speak with her.
Okay, so it's just like we're like standing outside the
Yep.
cell.
Yeah, it's not like a private room. You're still under surveillance. This is not a you get to talk to her freely sort of thing. Oh, you can, but you have to determine what you want to talk to her about.
Let me think. Okay. So Jacta will step up to the bars.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cellite.
I
Yeah.
remember you. You're the one who brought the grenade.
Nah, you must have me confused with somebody else.
I don't think so. But anyways, what do you want?
Our mutual friend sent me to check on you. Uriel.
Oh, he did, huh? Didn't know he cared.
Oh, he's quite worried.
Well, I'm sure he is, but Are you gonna get me out of here?
Oh, we're working on it.
Okay.
But I was hoping you might give us some information that might help speed things along.
And she looks to you, then she looks to Cynic, and then she looks back to you and the rest of you guys, and is like, "What would you like to know?"
I look over to Cynic and I'm like, do you mind?
She's my prisoner. This was
She ain't
just-
going nowhere.
Yeah. Why would you need to speak with her privately?
Why would you need to listen?
Why would you need to keep it from me?
Oh God.
There are very personal matters involved here.
Make a
What's
persuasion
the house
check.
again that Cynic wanted to know?
Fuente.
Quinte.
Fuente. Why do I keep forgetting that name? I'm just gonna write it.
What did you say, Matt?
You want to make a persuasion?
Persuasion. I'm good at these. We're completely out of glory now, aren't we?
Yep,
Because of
yep.
certain someone.
You just
Well,
gobbled
you
it
know.
all up.
Well, you know, it was a fucking hunch. What do you want?
That's a 1.
You got Wrath.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh, I'll give
Yeah, you
a
got 2
second.
wrath, man.
Hold on.
Oh, I know.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So I'm gonna burn a wrath.
Okay.
Where did all the wrath go?
I gave it back to you.
So drop that. Get rid of it. So we got 2 regular. For 1 more, and the wrath. For 1 more, that's 3, and then I am going to play my card,
What is your card?
and they shall know no fear. Make a brief but inspiring statement. All protagonists gain +2 dice to resolve test until the end of the scene, and add 1 glory.
Okay, sure. Totally.
And he's going to sort of like hold his arms out. He's like, "We are attempting to restore law and order to this lawless section of this wonderful establishment. I am only trying to do what is right."
Okay, sure. I will let that pass. So everyone gets +2 dice for test this.
And I'm going to immediately spin that glory.
Okay.
There you go.
For 1 more.
So 4 total.
4 total.
Oh, well, you get +2 to the roll, like to all tests, right?
Well, no, it's to resolve tests.
Oh, to resolve. tests.
resolve,
To-
yeah.
Not to resolve tests,
No.
but to 4 resolve tests.
Yes, 4 resolve tests.
That's fine. Yes. Yeah. She's like, she looks at you and is like, fine, very well. She walks down basically past you guys to the last checkpoint you guys were at. It's in relative out of earshot range. You don't want to yell, but she could probably hear you there. But
So he turns back to Sulite. Come on, this lady's crazy. She's only gonna let you out if we give her information on what was it, the
Fuentes.
Fuente?
Fuente.
Some crazy group known as the Fuentes.
The Noble House.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfuckers.
Okay, fine. Then go find information on. Give it to her and then get me out of here.
You don't got nothing?
No, of course she doesn't.
Not,
No one does.
Not the Fuentes. No.
Shut up, you're not here.
It was lies, guys. It was all lies.
I don't know why you guys assume that you know stuff about the Fuentes.
Yeah, no. Tell her to
Alright,
lie
how
about
about
the
drugs?
Fuentes. Jeez.
Start with midnight.
Well,
What about
I mean-
midnight then?
Well, I mean, I know stuff, but why would I tell you? Are you just
To get you out.
you gonna promise that you're gonna get me out? You gonna bust me out, even if
Yes,
even if
we're
you-
gonna.
Why do you think Uriel sent me?
Uriel sent you?
Yeah.
Make another.
That is
persuasion check.
not a deception.
Oh, that's true. That's why this is a persuasion. This isn't. She doesn't.
Which
This
is
when
probably
she
way
can't
worse, right?
She thinks you're lying. This is. I can't believe what you're saying because you, the guy with the grenade.
That's 3. And I have no glory to spend.
That's fine. It's fine. You're actually doing pretty good. Uriel sent you. Then what are you getting out of it?
I mean,
Intel.
he may have been a little upset about the grenade incident. Think of it this way: of me trying to get in your good graces.
She looks you kind of up and down. Well, can't speak completely here. She looks around like she may be under surveillance.
Oh God.
But what do you want to know? I can tell you a lot more if you can get me out of here. And if you want my good graces, if you get out of me here, get me out of here, I can definitely help you with the grace thing.
Well, if you want to try and get out of here, then you gotta know. Is there anything that you know that we could, I don't know, give to her to make her think that the Fuertes are involved?
Well,
wouldn't
all I
say
know
that
about
loud.
them is that them and the Exets don't like each other very much. They've always been at each other's throats, one way or another.
Sure, but why specifically? Something that...
That's... I brokered a lot of information. This is probably why she wanted to pick me up and she wanted to be here, and that's why Uriel doesn't want me in here talking to anyone of an official capacity. So, I would say... I just don't know. I don't know that specifically. I'm sorry.
Do you know anybody that does?
Let me think for a second. That's a much higher echelon. My boss would.
And that would be...
Well, that would be Larden.
Who?
Larden. You heard the name from Hellreich earlier.
Yeah.
Is
Not
that
her lord.
MARD?
That is, literally Lardin. Larden.
Okay.
She would definitely know more, but that doesn't help you get me out. No, right here, right now. She'll never believe you. You probably wouldn't get close to her. But, I mean, I don't know what else you could do to get me out of here. That's a problem. That's a you problem to solve.
Burn down this station. Just torch it all. Kill everyone. Just room to room flamers.
I mean, I don't have enough information to lie about any of this, so...
I mean,
Get her to lie.
That's what I was trying to do. I was like, give me something that I can be like, hey,
Yeah, suggest
such
something
and
that
such
she can
are
lie.
involved with
Just
such
be
and
like,
such.
oh yeah, no, well, look, we've she has a cache of info here. You can come with us and go get it. You can escort us there, and then we can just break her out. I don't know, anything would do.
I mean,
Do you have any places that might have some evidence that she would want?
Wink, wink, wink loudly.
she thinks for a second. Possible. I mean, yeah,
You're the one that wants to get out of here, so
I
give me
do.
something that we can give her
But
to
then
make
she's
her
a-
think
but-
that it's useful.
You should also know that adjudicators are well known for detecting bullshit, and it's better to work with a half truth than some of the truth than none of the truth.
She's letting me talk to you, isn't she?
That's true. I'll give you that. But she may think she can get something out of it.
So give me something to give her.
Okay. It's not much. There's a couple small manufacturing and supply depots that we have. Some drops, some few places like that. I can give it to her. At least if nothing else, that will make her think I'm playing ball for a little while. It won't hold up for very long, though. You can say that the Fuentes are trying to corner their market, trying to invent their own drug, a newer version of Midnight, and that they're trying to pin even more of it on the exets.
She said the Fuertes are trying to manufacture their own drug.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's actually important.
What's the name?
I don't know. Make it up.
Midnight 2, Electric Boogaloo.
We'll call it Sunset.
Oh shit! No, Sunrise.
No,
There you
New
go,
Dawn,
Sunrise.
New Dawn.
There you go.
Fine, it's called New Dawn.
All right. I can work with this.
Okay. But you swear you can get me out of here. We can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Would I lie to you?
Yes.
That hurts. After everything we've been through.
Oh my god, stop! This doesn't help us.
She's giving you like I almost don't want to get out of the cell. I really
Yeah,
don't. If that means owing you.
stop sexually harassing this fucking innocent ganger.
Cynic comes strolling back in over. And is like, well, did you have a lovely chat?
Oh, it was very enlightening.
May I ask how?
Not here.
Oh.
The walls have ears.
She
And
nods and
cameras.
then she takes you back to her office if that's where you guys want to go.
Yep. So he'll do the whole like making sure the door's like locked and everything, and being very paranoid about like checking to see if anybody's
Doing
watching or whatever.
They're doing the whole spiel. They're
Yep.
doing through the whole act. So, what was she
So-
able to tell you?
Word on the street is the Fuertes are manufacturing a new drug. What was the name we came up with?
New Dawn.
Sunrise.
New Dawn, called New Dawn. He does the damn thing. He's like, it's
You're really trying to just sell it. Just get it.
Yeah.
they're trying to but the Excites obviously they've got Midnight, and you know how popular that's been. So Fuertes are trying to screw over their operation.
Interesting.
It's a threat after all.
Interesting. So you're saying that they're trying to compete on the same market?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does bode something. Did you find anything else out?
See, she didn't give us any
No, dude,
names.
she would have told you a few like of these places that she could go raid.
Okay, then yes, he would. I don't. If she got a map on the wall or
Yeah,
something, he'll like point
she-
stuff
yeah.
out.
Red
you
lines
just- you
between
just-
everywhere.
yeah.
Yes.
It's all connected.
All right, so go ahead and make a deception check, but I'm going to give you a +2 die bonus because you will have gone through the entire rigmarole of her and the theatricality of it all.
I need our guardsman and sister to also play their theatrics.
Well,
Played up.
unfortunately, you already did the scene.
Oh, that's not good. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I may as well spend my last wrath. I can't do anything about that complication, but I can re-roll those 3 dice.
Nope.
For no more success.
Jesus. So you got a total
Great.
of you get a decent persuasion check, deception check, but you just got a complication. Okay, noted. I'm gonna make a note of that complication. So yeah, you talk with her and you kind of fit her in, and she's like, okay. I could do that. So, I'm gonna have to check these out first. I'm gonna have to get some people to go raid these. It'll take a couple hours. These aren't too far away. What do you want in exchange?
Gotta get
Well,
that lady up.
Can I have her?
You want her? You want me to release her to your custody?
Yeah.
So anything she does after she leaves here is your responsibility?
I mean, sure.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
He like looks over at Juliet and Abe.
I shake my head.
Do you want a new mask?
I think you see him visibly shake. Anger.
I think you should call off the what is it
APV.
called? APV on
That'd be nice.
Bruce so he can actually do his job.
He hasn't killed anyone that I'm aware of.
Nope.
All he did was
No,
really
no
spook
one.
a few
That she's
suppressors.
aware of.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, actually, he hasn't killed anyone that she's aware of.
No, that's
God
fair.
forbid they come across the massacre you left.
What
Yeah,
massacre?
that happens all
Those-
the time in the Underhive.
Those 5 gangers. Anyone could have chewed through those guys.
Not really, but
Anyone could have eaten
Shark
them in half.
teeth left in the flesh.
yeah.
This could be anyone's shark teeth.
Some
Man,
crazy
knock, knock,
Californian
knock,
surfer.
Yeah, she takes one. It's like, no, all right, very well. I can do that. Give me a couple hours, and then
Huzzah.
she'll be free.
Fucking lord.
You're welcome,
With that, we're gonna close it out for this evening because I need to go to bed, and
Yep.
it is a little after 11. This is very interesting. The game is evolving, everyone. I think they're actually doing their job for once.
We've always been doing our job. How dare you?
Just
Everyone
just
that died needs
certain levels
We're
of quality
very
and
good at our
performance.
job.
To be honest, I feel like
I'm
the reason
good
we're
at
having
killing.
trouble is because we're straddling the line. We're not doing full Inquisition and just kicking down doors and burning people.
Well, Inquisition doesn't do that all either. Like,
No,
just
not
be
all
fair.
the time.
No,
but
the actual Inquisition actually does like investigation work, like
I don't know.
solid like contacts, information, going
Yeah,
to places. Then they
Flavors.
bust down doors and start burning people.
Flamers. I
Yeah.
think we should just take every hablock room
Don't
by
worry,
room.
you guys. I think you guys, with what Bruce is going to do next game, I think, and with the direction you guys are starting to go, things will start becoming clearer and clearer. I promise. Just keep going in those directions, and I think you'll be okay.
Cool.
All right, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Everyone, be good. Be good. We'll talk to everyone later.
Bye bye.